Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shop on TV. My name, as always, it was yesterday and it will be tomorrow, is Rob Locke with an E. And loving the lamp. It's very nice, like that. And it goes beautifully in the boudoir, and that's where we are for this show tonight. And basically, it's pretty simple. We're going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4 solutions, maybe 5, to help you sleep better. Better than you've ever slept before. This show is all about mulberry silk, which is the king of silk. If you wanted to buy the finest silk that money could buy, if you had a suitcase full of money and you'd like, give me the best, then you would be buying AAA grade mulberry silk, and that is what is in all of this bedding. But the fact is that it's not just about luxury, it's also about the incredible properties that silk brings with it. It's 100% hypoallergenic. These duvets and pillows and the products carry the Allergy UK certificate of approval for effectiveness against dust mites. Dust mites don't like to live in silk. You can wash them. The duvets have a 10-year guarantee, 2-year guarantee on the pillows. 5-year guarantee on the pillowcases. They are very lightweight, actually, but they keep you super warm. And it's 100% long-fibre AAA grade mulberry silk. In fact, it's a bit of a falsehood to say that they keep you warm. They keep you at the ideal temperature, so they help to keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. But you never overheat. They're 100% breathable. You can literally just shove the duvet on your bed as is, but if you want to put it in a duvet cover, you can. Just make sure you use cotton, a natural fibre, otherwise it will block the properties of silk if you use polyester or something. And also they wick away 30% of their weight in moisture. So not only do you not overheat, but you don't wake up in a sweat and dripping with perspiration that then makes you feel clammy and, you know. And the thing is that most of us, if you have a duvet or a pillow that is filled with a man-made fibre or a synthetic fibre or any kind of feather, then you're not sleeping as well as you could because you will overheat. So then you get too hot, the duvet comes off, then you cool down, you put the duvet back on, and so on. So it goes on all night long, and that interrupts your sleep. That's called toxic sleep. And every time you interrupt your sleep, you don't get the rest and recuperation that you need and that your body craves. So you wake up in the morning and you go, oh, I still feel tired. I must have slept funny. No, you just slept under the wrong duvet and with your head on the wrong pillow. And actually, we have options tonight for you to sleep on top of mulberry silk as well, which I do. I've got mulberry silk on every single bed I've ever owned, and I've got 2 beds at the moment, one at home in Harrow, as it is now, and the other one in our crew house in Warrington. My son has it, my best friends have it, my family has it, everyone I know who I care about, everyone in the building who works at Shop on TV has mulberry silk for very good reason. But instead of me sitting here and waxing lyrical about it, here's a man whose voice could move mountains. Move mountains. A single whisper and people will just fall at his feet, cowering with obedience. He's the man who you could give a phone book to and not want to switch off listening until he'd finished the very last name ending in Z. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the mulberry silk man, Ray Kennedy.
Yeah, morning, Rob.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm very well after that build-up.
No pressure.
I don't know where to go.
Well, why don't you tell us about why mulberry silk is so special? And your bedding, yeah.
So special. Well, the short answer is luxury, comfort, hygiene, and of course the all-important value for money.
Yeah, sure.
Everything we are offering this morning, this may interest the viewer, everything we're offering this morning is coming from the official Mulberry Company, and ridiculous as it might seem, the price we're asking for our products is actually less than we were charging for them when we first launched them in the United Kingdom and television 22 years ago.
Wow.
So the buyers here deserve a medal. What they've done, they've bought very large quantities at a very special low price.
Yes.
And they're offering the viewers a chance to get something special at an affordable price. This is an all-weather duvet. You don't need one for the winter and a second one for the summer. It's the same duvet winter and summer.
Yes.
There's only two parts to this duvet, Rob, the top cover and the filling within the top cover. Now, the top cover is Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. Anything above 180 thread count is considered to be luxury. So the top cover is pretty special. The filling within the top cover is AAA grade mulberry silk. And if you take the trouble to go into Google or Wikipedia and type in all about silk, this is what they will tell you. Remember, they're not trying to sell you a duvet. They're just answering questions. And they will tell you, within the silk industry, mulberry silk is considered to be the king of silks, the best. And we are using AAA grade, which is top of the tree. So you have a very high quality product. It's sold, believe it or believe it not, with a 10-year warranty. And I should add, although the warranty is for 10 years, the duvets we have in my bed at home are 37 years old.
Wow.
They are washable. You wash them a cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry. They wash beautifully. And silk is the second strongest natural fiber in the world. So I always say to people when they're buying a duvet from me at a live event, an exhibition somewhere, consider it to be an investment. You won't have to replace this in 5, 6, 7, or 8 years' time. We estimate it will last you the best part of your adult life. It's a very unique, a very special product. You can only buy it from two people, from myself or from Shop and TV. We don't supply shops. We keep the price low by limiting the people who buy it from us and sell it to the public. It's wonderful.
And it actually, even if you just took the 10-year guarantee, if you look at the prices that we have for these, it works out at pennies a day. So we have them available in all sizes. They are standard UK sizes. So we have single, double, super, or king and super king. The single, I mean, look at what the prices used to be, but you know, forget that for now, because tonight, £139 for a single. Over 10 years, that works out at 4 pence a day, I believe. Double is 179, that's 5 pence a day. The king is £199, that's 6 pence a day. And the super king, 7 pence a day at 219. Now, that's if after 10 years, they just vanished in a puff of smoke. But of course, they don't. As you say, if you buy these for your kids, they could be middle-aged before they even need to think about replacing their duvet.
There's no doubt about it. They're going to last a long, long time. Yeah. But the important thing to remember, Rob, when you do buy one of these duvets, you're going to get a very restful night's sleep.
Yes, yes.
You know, the average person turns over in bed 30 to 40 times every single night.
Yeah, yeah.
Tossing and turning. I'm in a very...
I love that.
Privileged. I'm in a very privileged position because for 200 days of every year, I sit somewhere at an exhibition somewhere talking direct to the public. So they tell me their likes and their dislikes. Now, I've been doing that for 37 years, for 200 days every year. So I've got a fairly good idea what the big problem is as far as a bad night's sleep is concerned. And the number one problem, there's no doubt about it, Rob, people get too hot in bed.
Yeah, for sure.
Not too cold.
Too hot.
Too hot.
Yeah, yeah.
They're waking up 4 o'clock in the morning, one leg dangling out the bed, backside sticking out the duvet, duvet off, duvet on, duvet off, duvet on. Now they're awake when they should be asleep. And one of the reasons, perhaps the major reason they're awake, they're simply too hot. The silk stops that happening. It's not a man-made fiber. It's a natural protein similar to your hair, and it lets your body breathe. Anybody who shares a bed with a partner who overheats, this is without doubt the duvet for you. Silk will wick away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. Any lady going through the menopause, please don't hesitate. Please buy yourself one of these duvets. Every single item we are offering this morning, we offer it with a money-back guarantee. If you buy it, you have 30 days to try it. If you don't like it, we'll refund your money. No arguing, no fighting on the telephone. One telephone call, instantly your money will be refunded. You know, I always judge the success of any product when we sell it in television, not on how many we sell, but how many we get returned. And as far as these duvets are concerned, the amount we sell runs in Britain. We sell them in 36 countries, apart from Britain. But here in the UK, it runs into tens of thousands of duvets every year. And the amount we get returned, you could fit in a supermarket shopping trolley. Yeah. We do get the odd one returned, there's no doubt about that. When you sell tens of thousands of any product, you will get the odd one returned. But people absolutely love this product. Keeps you warm in the winter, cool in the summer, you don't sweat under it. It's allergy board approved, we haven't mentioned that. No dust mites in silk. That's not me saying that. That's the United Kingdom Allergy Board. There's a certificate lying in the bed. Dust mites do not like silk. So if you have any member of your family who unfortunately suffers from, say, hay fever, asthma, COPD, any breathing problems, buy a duvet that's free of dust mites. Because dust mites, they only live for 10 weeks, they die, and just like you and I, when they die, they turn to dust in the duvet. The average duvet, they reckon, every year has 5 million dust mites live and die within it, minimum. So you see, a duvet that's dust mite free is very beneficial to your health if you have allergies. It's wonderful.
As my mum always told me, because I had dust mite allergies, I had injections when I was a kid, and also I had chronic asthma. And the doctor told my mum, just do whatever you can, clean every day, get the irritant as much as possible out of the environment, and that's what you're doing. That's what this duvet is helping you to do. I want to pick you up on a few things that you've sort of mentioned. You talked about a couple. A lot of times, and I know this with my parents, because one partner likes to be warm or likes a thick, heavy duvet, and the other partner, because they're very, or you know, one's very cold and one's very hot kind of thing. They often will have separate duvets, but you don't need to with this, because anyone can sleep under this, and every single person who sleeps under a Mulberry Silk Duvet will get their own bespoke temperature setting, essentially. Yeah. Because it sort of.
And do you know why that is, Rob? I apologise to the viewers. It's my fault. I should have mentioned this. Silk is a low conductor of heat, and it self-reflects. So if two people share a bed, I mean, my wife likes to have even in the winter, likes to have the bedroom window slightly open, not wide open, slightly open, to get some fresh air into the room. I'm the opposite. I would like the window to be closed. But obviously, I've been married to her for an awful long time, and I do as I'm told.
Absolutely.
So we have the window open. So two people who share a bed, as Rob has quite rightly mentioned, one likes the bed warm, one likes it less warm. This is the duvet for you. Yeah. There are so many advantages of having a silk duvet. All we are asking you to do is trust us and try it. We're not asking you to keep it. If you don't like it, you don't have to keep it. You're not married to it. You don't have to put up with it. You can simply ask for a refund, and you will be given a refund. But what I do know is this. As I mentioned earlier, we sell tens of thousands, thankfully. I'm not being boastful when I say that. Please don't think that. The public have supported us wonderfully over the years. We sell tens of thousands every year, and the amount we get returned, you could put, as I mentioned earlier, in a shopping market or a basket.
One of the things that I think is really important to understand here, because, and by the way, when Ray says you have a 30-day money-back guarantee, Shop on TV has a return policy. But if you've opened the product and used it, then that nullifies the return. So this is actually coming from Ray's company. And by the way, all their information is right on the tag. You know, you can, whether you buy a duvet, a pillow, it matters not. You will know how to get hold of them. But here's what I want you to think about. If somebody said to you, I've got something that will really improve the quality of your life, a third of your life, actually, when you think about it, you spend, supposed to get 8 hours sleep, 3/8 of 24, a third of your life you're in bed. So when somebody said to you, or if somebody said to you, I can dramatically, really, provably, noticeably improve the quality of your life, you'd want to know what that was like, wouldn't you? Because if nothing else, out of curiosity, you'd want to find out whether that was true. But if you're stuck with a product like this, then it's a risk. But there is no risk because you've got a money-back guarantee. So it makes sense that you try it, because if it does improve the quality of your life, as we say it does, and believe me, I absolutely believe it does, then you've made a really wise decision for yourself, haven't you? And if we're talking a load of old bunkum, we're the idiots because we've given an opportunity for somebody to use a duvet or a pillow or whatever, send it back, and then it can't be resold and it has to be junked. So, and Ray wouldn't have been in business for all of the years that he's been in business. 67 years, if the products were rubbish and they all came back. So I hope that really puts this in perspective.
You mentioned, Rob, all our details are on everything we sell. Now, we do that for a reason, right?
Yeah.
30 to 35% of all the business we have every single year comes from people who've initially bought one product from us, maybe a pillow in the beginning.
Yeah.
They try it, they love it, and they come back to buy more. So all of our details are on there for a reason. Number one, you can contact us with ease at any time.
Yes.
You know, we've been in business for 67 years.
Sure.
And for 37 of those years, we've been the exclusive distributors in the United Kingdom for the official Mulberry company.
Yeah.
And that's important. You're buying from the official Mulberry Silk Company. Our head office is in Vancouver, and we export to countries throughout the world. Everything we sell is 100% AAA grade Mulberry silk, considered by the professionals within the bedding industry to be the king of silks. That's the word they use to describe it, the king of silks. You cannot get better.
Yeah.
So really, you're getting something very special at an affordable price.
Do you know, Ray, one of the things when I was talking about, if you kept getting returns and things like that because someone's used them, if you go to a bedding shop and you buy a pillow or a duvet and you use it, you open the packaging, they won't take it back, and you can't give it to charities and things like that. But we've just had an email from a viewer, actually, whose name unfortunately I haven't been told yet, I don't think. Rhonda. Apparently now you can't even take them to dog homes. Even dog homes won't take them.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, it's what a world we live in. What a world we live in. Yeah.
I know.
I must tell you.
Not good enough for my dog.
I must tell you, Rob. Every year, this will shock you.
Yeah.
Every year in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And this figure I haven't made up. It comes from the Bedding Association, who are knowledgeable people who research these things. Every year, 5 million cheap and nasty duvets go into landfill. 5 million duvets.
What about pillows? How many pillows go?
Pillows, well, this will shock you.
Yeah.
10 million.
10 million?
10 million. Now,
we're talking about the pillow now.
When I say that, Rob, people think, oh, come on, who's this guy kidding? But 10 million go into landfill every single year.
Where are these landfills?
I would imagine, one day I'll take the trouble to measure it, but I would imagine 10 million pillows would stretch from here close to the moon. Do you know, Rob, we're in Manchester.
Producer's going to work it out.
We're in Manchester,
Yes.
right? In the studio here.
Yeah.
I mention this when I'm here in Manchester. I went into the largest retailer in Manchester of pillows. I'm not going to mention the name because that would be unkind, but they're a very large retailer of pillows, right? They had a mountain of pillows stacked up to the sky. Not 1 or 2 dozen, 1 or 200. They were £6 each. And the pillows were filled with recycled plastic bottles. When I phoned the buyer here, at Shop and TV, and I happened to mention this to her, she said, "Surely not, Raymond. Surely you've made a mistake." So I had to take a picture and send it to her. Plastic bottles. These cheap and nasty pillows end up in landfill. You buy 2 for £10, 2 for £12. I was in the supermarket only 2 days ago, a large supermarket. You won't believe this. Well, you can believe it. I'm not making it up. They were selling duvets, $7.99 each.
Oh, my Lord.
You can't buy 2 coffees for that.
Barely buy one.
No.
But this is the thing. And I remember when we moved to the Manchester studios and we were staying in a crew house, the first night we all arrived, we didn't have any bedding.
Yeah, I remember. Freezing.
So we went to
I think it was February time, actually.
It was, yeah. So we went to a bedding shop and all we could get were hollow fibre duvets and pillows. And we got the premium ones. They were like 30 or £40 for the duvet,
right.
maybe £30 for the pillow. And they were awful. And do you know, I hope our CEO is not watching, do you know how long we used those duvets and pillows for?
No.
1 night. Because you came down the next night with a box load of mulberry silk, thank you very much, that we'd got from you, and they all went in the bin.
Oh, it's funny, Rob.
They were awful.
I go to different countries selling mulberry silk, and whenever I arrive at a studio where I'm a stranger, first visit, within 2 or 3 visits, normally somebody buys maybe just a pillow or a duvet. And within 6 to 9 months, every single person in the studio ends up sleeping on the mulberry silk because they buy it and they recommend it to the other presenters. It is something special, you know. It's not a man-made fibre. It's made by Mother Nature to protect anything that sleeps within it or under it. It's going to give you the most beautiful, gentle, comfortable heat. You're not going to overheat. You're not going to sweat under it. There's no dust mites in it. It's washable. It's long-lasting. But best of all, it's affordable. And it's sold with a 10-year warranty and a money-back guarantee. It really is a good deal for the customer.
These pillows I absolutely love. Not only, Ray, are they perfect in every way, in my opinion, because of the silk, but also you've managed to get the height of them just right. I mean, I use one pillow to sleep with, and then I'll have, if I'm sitting up in bed, I'll put one on top of the other, and they're great for that. One for the lumbar and one for the back. But so you managed to get the loft absolutely perfect. But there's a lot that went into these pillows, isn't there?
Well, what happened, Rob? A buyer from a very large TV company here in the UK.
Yes.
We've been dealing with them for 20-odd years.
Yes.
And she said to me, she said, the customers love your duvets. Why don't you make a pillow to the same high standards?
Yeah.
Well, we thought, we'll give it a go. We went back to our head office in Vancouver.
Yeah.
We have a research and development department there. We went to work making a pillow. Now, we took our time. We didn't rush. There's an old saying, the devil is in the details. So we took our time. It took us roughly 2.5 years to get the pillow ready to be sold to the public. Now, we brought it back to the United Kingdom to launch it. Now, at this point, I should mention, the Sleep Council and the Bedding Association, they reckon if all pillows were sold with a money-back guarantee, they're not, but if they were, the percentage it would be returned could be as high as 60 or 65%, because people simply don't like them. 10 million a year go into landfill. I haven't made that figure up. 10 million, 60 or 65%. Now, when we started to sell this pillow to the public, in the first 13 months, through our efforts at exhibitions, flower shows, knitting shows, dog shows, agricultural shows, we sold 86,000 pillows. Now, we didn't get 60 or 65% returned. Rob, we got 19 individual pillows returned out of 86,000. 19 out of 86,000.
That's something like 0.00.
Now, here's the reason why.
Yeah.
This is the pillow I sleep on at home. When I come to Manchester, I bring it with me in the car so I can hold it up to the camera and the viewers can make a judgment on it. This pillow has been slept on for close to 6 years. It's been slept on by me for 17 to 18,000 hours. It's been washed, I would say, at least 20, maybe 25 times. Wash it, a cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry. Now, can you see what I'm doing? I'm scrunching it up. When you wash it, it cannot and it will not lose shape. The reason being, here's the reason. I always tell everybody to read the label on everything we sell.
Yeah.
We're not trying to hoodwink anyone. We're not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. This is exactly what's inside this pillow, this luxury pillow. If you were to cut this pillow open, in the middle, you have a pocket of fibre. That's to give the pillow loft, to give you support for your neck and your shoulders. Now, all the way around that, you have layer after layer after layer of AAA grade long fibre silk. Each strand of silk is over 1 mile long, wrapped around that little pocket in the middle. Now, the top cover is Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. So that's really special. Your head won't get hot in this pillow, you won't sweat. And it's washable and it's hygienic. And all I can tell you is this, every single person we sell this pillow to, they simply love them. 19 returned out of 86,000. Yeah,
and I've had mine, some of them 5, 6 years
it
now.
must be 4 or 5.5 years now.
Even more than that, I think it's gone for nearly 6, I think.
Is it really?
By the way, I've got some news flash.
Right.
2 bits of bad news, I'm afraid. Number 1, our CEO is watching. And that's 250 quid he's never going to see again. And number 2, they won't quite reach the moon, but not far off.
Well, we'll have
they're
to
a few miles
Rob,
off.
we'll have to try harder.
They're only about 100,000.
We'll have to sell more.
Only about 100,000 miles.
Listen,
I mean,
don't let's give up. Let's try harder. But oh well,
Good evening, boss.
Shot down.
Oh, you're over there. Sorry.
Right, Jamie. Shot down. It's his fault.
Yeah.
It's his fault.
They might go around the Earth though.
Right.
She's checking that now.
Okay.
4,500 miles.
It's an awful lot of pillows.
It's a lot of pillows.
And all I can tell you is this: people simply love them. And
the reason they don't reach the moon now is because you've given the public proper pillows they don't want that don't go to landfill.
Well, they don't go to landfill.
If it weren't for you, they'd have reached the moon.
And I must tell you, you know, people, when I'm at a live presentation, people come up to me and they say, you know, they just walk past our stand, and very often they just give you a little. Do you know a funny thing? When I go to an exhibition, right, I always ask the organizer, the man I buy the stand from.
Yes.
I say I want to be in exactly the same location, year in, year out.
Yes.
So the public know exactly where to get me.
Yeah.
And I've been going to these shows since I was a young boy.
Yeah.
That's 67 years ago I started, right?
Wow.
So now you can work my age out from there.
You're
67 years.
77.
I'm 60, 68. Anyway.
Yeah.
The reason I ask the organizer to put me in exactly the same spot so people know where to find me. And very often they walk past the stand, they give you a little wave like this, they say, got one. Got it 10 years, 12, 15, 20 years. Occasionally they'll stop and have a little chat. And people simply love this product because we do our best when we're selling it not to exaggerate.
Yeah.
To just tell you what, all I'm doing when I'm talking in television is relating to the camera what the public have told me year in, year out for the last 37 years selling silk. I'm simply repeating their likes and their dislikes. Yeah. And people love sleeping under silk because it's so comfortable, so luxurious, it's not heavy, it's not oppressive. But the most important thing, you don't sweat under it. It's machine washable, and it's got a 10-year warranty.
And by the way, not all silks are created equal, ladies and gentlemen. If you Google Mulberry Silk, there are pretenders to the throne out there, but be careful that you read the label, because they're not always 100% silk. In fact, they're sometimes a percentage, they're a blend. And number two, they're not necessarily what they say they are, because they may come from parts of the world where they're not necessarily that honest or regulated. Often, you know, there are shysters who will polish cotton and inferior silk.
We had a woman, Rob.
We're going to move on to the cases,
I have to be careful what I say here, because I don't want to cause a problem. But we had a woman phone our office last week. She was very upset. She had bought what she thought was a Mulberry Silk Duvet. It had a silk label on it. The person who sold it to her told her it was Mulberry Silk. Well, for a start, it wasn't Mulberry Silk. It was Tussa Silk. And there was only 20% silk in the duvet. What they do, they get cotton, polyester, they polish it so it looks like silk. And to the untrained eye, you can't tell the difference. They do this so they can get a higher profit. You know, they put all sorts of junk in and put a small quantity of silk.
But this has all
this
of these.
Is one. All of our duvets,
full-length fibre, unbroken.
Rob, all of our duvets have a small zip on them. Now you can unzip it and you can actually open it, and you can look at the silk and you can test it. Simple as that. By the way,
just as we move on, there it is. You can see it there. This is why it has that little vanity window or the vanity pouch, purely so that you know you've got the genuine article. I can tell you, Ray, the number of pillows that go to landfill every year would wrap around Pluto. That's how good our producer is.
Right.
Yes. Almost wrap around the moon.
Almost.
Almost.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we don't.
Depends how we're doing this show, Jamie.
Well, it's not your it's the pillows that people are throwing away. So let's move on to the pillowcases, because these are 100% pure mulberry silk. There is, apart from a magic ingredient, which we'll discuss in a moment, they are front and back pure, full-length fibre mulberry silk.
Yes, and you're quite right to mention that, Rob, front and back, because this has happened quite a lot recently. I would say half a dozen times in the last month or so. People have said to me, can I have a look at your pillowcases? When I hand it to them, they say, well, hold on. These have got silk in both sides. And I said, well, of course they have. And one lady said to me, you know, she said, I bought some on the internet as a gift for my niece. They were £47.50 each. And when I got them delivered, they only had silk on one side, cotton on the other side. Now, all of our pillowcases come from the official Mulberry company, 100% pure AAA grade Mulberry silk. It will tell you that on the label. The best of the best, the king of silks. And all of our pillowcases, this is very important. I don't know of any other pillowcase that has this extra. On the inside of the pillowcase, what we have done, we've sprayed on a very thin layer of cotton. Now, compared to silk, even the best quality cotton is coarse compared to silk. So when you put the pillow into this pillowcase, the cotton grips the pillow, and it keeps the outer case as smooth as silk. That's just beautiful. It looks wonderful in the bed, and when you're waking up in the morning, you don't have tram lines on your face. and people say to me, you know, at a live presentation, they say, I've read about these pillowcases. They stop your wrinkling, don't they? Well, unfortunately, nothing will stop your wrinkling. But what you can do, you can slow the process down. You can fight against wrinkles. Now, in silk, pure silk has to be pure, and this is pure. In silk, there are 18 amino acids. One of them, a very important one, is called sericin. Now, what sericin does, as you sleep, it traps the moisture in your skin, and it keeps your skin hydrated. And by doing that, it slows the wrinkling process down dramatically. Now, ask your hairdresser what it does for your hair. If he or she is knowledgeable, they will tell you There is no static in silk, none. So it cuts out frizz. And if you have long hair in particular, I have 10 grandchildren, six boys and 4 girls. The girls age from 13 to 22. And they all have very long hair down to the waist. This seems to be fashionable. Now, in years gone past, they would have to tie that up because it tangles when they go to bed. But with silk, you don't. It's just the most beautiful thing to sleep on. Now, I have no hesitation in saying, none whatsoever, if you were lucky enough to find a shop in the United Kingdom selling silk this quality, obviously there will be 1 or 2 shops, but you'd have to search to find them. You would pay at least 50 or 55 pounds for a pillowcase this quality. Now, they're on offer here this morning at 35 pounds. The colours are absolutely beautiful.
Arctic
absolutely beautiful. And that's 20 pounds less than you would expect to pay for them if you bought them elsewhere. They're sold with a money-back guarantee. If you have any member of your family, male or female, young or old, who takes a pride in their appearance, this is something they should be sleeping on. Wonderful.
Ray, we're about to join ITV and STV. So let me just remind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is a shopping show. In fact, right now we're on Freeview, so it's a shopping channel. When we're on ITV and STV, it's just a shopping show. But you can actually buy this, and we encourage you to do so. You've got the money-back guarantee. You have complete assurance and peace of mind of knowing that you can try this before you decide to keep it. The worst case scenario is you're out a £5 or £4.95. And by the way, it is capped postage and packing, which means you can put as many pillows, duvets, pillowcases, whatever you like, into your basket. And if you check out, you're only going to pay the postage once. So you can either call us 03333 241 241, or you can go to shopontv.co.uk. If you sorry. One too many syllables there, or consonants, I don't know which. But anyway, all you've got to do is click on the live show and you'll see all of the products that are available. Make your choice, pop it in your basket and make sure you check out. Because if you don't check out, you're not going to get any of the benefits of the Mulberry Silk bedding, because we're not going to send it to you. Because that's just what I know. It's an unusual way of doing business, but we insist on people paying before we give them the product. I know it's an old-fashioned way of thinking, but what can I tell you? Crazy, isn't it? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please stay right where you are. It's about to get crazy. If you're watching on Freeview, I'd check out now if I were you, because the stock's about to fly out the door with ITV and STV coming up in a second. Right, Ray, here we go again. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shop on TV with this bloke here, Rob Lock with an E. OK, stop right now. Thank you very much. You need somebody with a silk touch, and you've got him. Actually, you've got 2, and I'll introduce you to my guest in a moment. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, every time I do this show, I always wish to grab your attention immediately. So if you were to just literally stop right now and listen for the next 20 minutes, I guarantee you that I believe I can prove to you that I will, and we will tonight, improve the quality of your life, 1/3 of your life, dramatically. And here's the thing. What we've got for you in this show, it's bedding. It's not very glamorous. It's not even particularly... Well, actually, it's quite interesting, this particular type of bedding. But it has properties that will guarantee you the opportunity to potentially get the best night's sleep you've ever had. If you are sleeping on or under a duvet or with your head on a pillow that has hollow fibre, synthetic fibre, or any kind of feather product in it or plastic product in it, then I guarantee you that in our experience, you are not sleeping anywhere near as well as you could be. And think about the impact that third of your life has on the rest of the other 2/3 of your life. Sleep is essential to health. It's essential to well-being. And if you're not getting a good night's sleep, and I bet you there are lots of people watching, maybe you're one of them who's woken up, even though you've been in bed for hours and you still feel tired when you wake, and you say, oh, I must have slept funny. No, you just slept under the wrong duvet and with your head on the wrong pillow. But here's the thing tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hear. Now hear this, now hear this. You have an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee with every single product we are showing you tonight on this show. So when we tell you and explain to you and show you and you get to grips with what this is all about and you realise just how realistically it can improve the quality of your life by improving the quality of your sleep, you have a choice to make. You are going to have to decide, am I going to not try something that could really help me and really improve my life? Or am I going to give it a go? Because if you give it a go and it turns out that everything we say tonight is a load of old rubbish, you get your money back. So you've lost zero. The Mulberry Silk Company have lost a lot because they can't resell the items. Obviously, they just have to go to landfill, can't return them, certainly can't just put them in the washing machine and send them off to another customer. So the only thing you stand to lose tonight is £4.95, but it is capped postage and packing. So you could put pillows, duvets, anything you like in the show tonight, and when you check out, you'll only pay the £4.95 once. So if you've got a fiver to bet on your well-being, are you prepared to spend that fiver? That's the question that you have to answer tonight. So here's the man from the official Mulberry Silk, well, actually from RK Sales, the official distributor, an exclusive distributor of the official Mulberry Silk manufacturing company's products here in the United Kingdom. It's Ray Kennedy. Lovely to see you, Ray. Right, let's just cut to the chase. Yes. Why do these change people's lives versus any other type of pillow or duvet on the market?
The short answer, if a person makes a decision this morning to buy, say, a Mulberry Silk Duvet, from what we know, having sold them for 37 years, they're going to get a really wonderful night's sleep, a restful night's sleep, a quality night's sleep. You're going to waken up in the morning feeling rested.
But why? What's different about this?
Well, the main reason, Rob, I mentioned earlier, I'm in a position where I speak to people for 200 days of every year at exhibitions. I'm sitting on a stand from, say, 10 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night, 8 hours a day, talking to the public. They tell me their likes and their dislikes as far as bedding is concerned. I've been doing that for 37 years. So I've got a rough idea of what people like and the problems they have trying to get a good night's sleep. Now, there's no doubt in my mind, the number one problem, people get too hot in bed.
Yeah.
They're waking up in the middle of the night, covered in sweat, throw the duvet off. 5 minutes later, they're cold, they pull the duvet back on, duvet off, duvet on, duvet off, duvet on. Now they're awake when they should be asleep. And one of the main reasons they're awake, not the only reason, but one of the main ones, possibly the main one, they get too hot. Now, silk is a natural fiber. It's not made by man, it's made by Mother Nature. It lets your body breathe. There's only two parts to this duvet. The top cover, which is long fiber Egyptian cotton. Now, long fiber cotton is different to short fiber cotton. I would say 90% of all the cotton sold in the United Kingdom is short fiber cotton. The other 10% is long fiber. Now let me explain the difference. It takes 30 seconds. When cotton is picked using a mechanical device or a machine, cotton becomes stressed and it breaks, and you get short fiber cotton. When you pick it by hand, it's a much more gentle process. It doesn't get stressed, it doesn't break, and you get long fiber cotton. Now, the advantage of long fiber cotton is softer, it's more luxurious, it's nicer against the skin. ironically, although it's softer, it's stronger because of the way it's woven than short fibre cotton.
And that's just the outer cover.
That's just the outer cover.
What about what's inside? The
Now,
magic?
what's inside is really something special. What I'm going to say to next, I'd advise any viewer to check this on a computer, just in case you think it's just some salesman talking rubbish. Go into Google or Wikipedia, type in all about silk. This is what they will tell you. Within the silk industry, mulberry silk is considered to be the king of silks. Now that's an interesting word, king. Rob, there can only be one king.
Correct.
Others would love to be king, but within the silk industry, there's only one, and it's mulberry. And we are using AAA grade.
That's the best.
Now, let me just explain very quickly how we get that AAA grade silk. We take the silkworm, we place it in a large metal tray, roughly the size of this bed. We place the tray containing the worm into a darkened room. We keep it there for 35, 36 days, and we feed the worm exclusively on mulberry leaves. It eats nothing else. It will eat 10,000 times its own body weight in mulberry leaves.
Like me.
And its body weight, Rob, will increase 10 times, tenfold.
Like I was saying.
Now, after 35, 36 days, it kicks this little cocoon off. I have one on my finger. We place that cocoon in tepid water, and all the silk floats off in one piece, unbroken in one piece. Each strand of silk within this duvet is over 1 mile long, unbroken in one long piece. So they can stitch it all the way around the perimeter and anchor it. Now, once it's stitched and anchored, they can pull it towards themselves, and they can put these box cassettes in by machine. Now, that means two things, three actually, two that are important. One, when you sleep under it, the silk can't move, right? So you get no cold spots. It is a cocoon fiber. It's designed by Mother Nature to gently fold itself around anything that sleeps within it or under it, protect them, and keep them lovely and warm and comfortable. And the most important thing, when you wash it, it cannot bunch up. Now, you wash it as often as you want. The duvets we have in my bed at home, believe it or believe it not, this is not a figment of my imagination, it's a fact. The duvets we have in my bed at home are 37 years old. My wife washes them on average 3 times a year. Cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry.
Any kind of detergent, but
Any
no
type of
fabrics
detergent. And once or twice a year, Rob, on a warm sunny day, drop it over the washing line in the garden, if you're lucky enough to have a garden, and the UV rays of the sun totally purify and cleanse it. So you get no body odors on silk. Now, these little cocoons, in one duvet, there'll be 6, maybe even 7,000 of these little cocoons in one duvet, yeah. So it's wonderful. Here's the problem we have as a company. There's 3 different colors of mulberry leaves, red, black, and white. Now, if we feed the worm and the red and black mulberry leaf, we get very high quality mulberry silk. But we want better than that. So we feed it exclusively on the white mulberry leaf. And when you feed it on the white mulberry leaf, it takes a step up, and you get AAA grade mulberry, the king of silks. That's what's in this duvet.
But they only grow at certain times of year,
Yeah.
and the worms only live at certain times.
That's a fact. Now, that's the problem. The tree that provides the white mulberry leaf only grows in any commercial quantity in central and eastern China. So we constantly run out of AAA grade mulberry silk. And when we do run out, we stop manufacturing. Everything we are offering this morning is made by the official Mulberry Silk Company. Our head office is in Vancouver. We trade internationally. We are a company you can deal with in total confidence. We have got a reputation, I think it would be fair to say, a stellar reputation for manufacturing high quality merchandise. We give you a 10-year warranty, but we estimate this duvet will last you the best part of your adult life.
Can I just pause you there, because there are a few things that we've sort of just said in passing, but I want to really punch these points home, if I may. This duvet, folks, has a 10-year guarantee. 10 years, a decade. So whatever age you are now, you know if there's any problem with your duvet for the next 10 years, you're covered, literally and figuratively. It's the highest quality mulberry silk money can buy. If you had a truckload of money, you couldn't buy better. It's the best. It's the best quality cotton on the outside as well, Egyptian cotton. And not only that, machine washable. You can wash this duvet. And by the way, the first thing you'll think, there are two things in life that are true. One is everyone who walks into the TARDIS says it's bigger on the inside. And the second one is everyone who sees a mulberry silk duvet and touches one for the first time says, oh, it's really thin, will it keep me warm? Believe me, if you think about it, the silkworm lives inside that little cocoon Ray showed you. And it can get incredibly hot during the day in the conditions that exist in China. It can get incredibly cold at night. But it doesn't have a heater in there or air conditioning. It's kept at just the right temperature. There can be monsoons blowing through. It's protected from the elements. Not only that, it's strong enough to protect against all of the other creatures outside of the cocoon that want to eat what's inside of it. That's why all of the benefits of a cocoon are now being brought to you. Temperature regulation. You never, ever overheat. I do something very unusual underneath my duvet almost every day, and I do. And I did it only before I came to work tonight. I had a bit of a nap. I wake up surprised because I'm covered in my duvet, and I've been covered in that duvet for however many hours I've been sleeping, and I wake up, not with the duvet off. I don't wake up, duvet off, then get cold, then pull the duvet back on and keep doing that all night, because that is what creates what they call toxic sleep. It interrupts your sleep pattern. I wake up, and you shouldn't toss and turn at night that much. You should wake up pretty much with the same, with your bedding in almost exactly the same position it was when you fell asleep. And I wake up under my duvet every time, and I go, my gosh, this is incredible. Because I'm still covered in it and I've never overheated in it.
No, you won't overheat.
You know.
And we haven't mentioned yet, it has the Allergy Board certificate.
Yes.
Now, this certificate is very difficult to get. You know, the Allergy Board in the United Kingdom are based in Warwick University. Yeah. And I say this as a compliment, not as a criticism. They're very difficult people to satisfy. Yeah. Now, they issue this certificate for 1 year at a time. Now, they're clever. They do that for a reason. Very often, you go into a place of business, there are certificates in the wall, they've been there for 30 or 40 years, and they've gone brown with age. And occasionally, not always, but occasionally, the companies who have these certificates, they let the manufacturing standards drop. Now, that cannot happen with us. The Allergy Board, they're clever. They walk into our premises unannounced and they check constantly. And if our standards drop, this is taken away overnight. Yeah. And that's a terrible black mark against our company. Now, to the best of my knowledge, and I'm pretty sure of this, this is the only duvet, we are the only company making silk duvets that have this coveted certificate. Now, interestingly, we have it for Canada, USA, United Kingdom, Ireland, all of the EU countries, tells you here, for New Zealand and Australia. Now, the reason I mention that to the viewers, very often what satisfies the authorities in Canada will not satisfy the authorities in New Zealand or Italy or Holland or Spain or Germany. But on this occasion, the quality of the product is so high and the manufacturing process is so perfect, they can find no fault. That's why we have this and no other company has.
And it has to be renewed
every single year.
And it has been for how many years now?
37 years.
37 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to point out to you, you can own these. We are the shopping show here on ITV1 and STV. that means you can actually buy these. We're a partnership with those broadcasters, so your money's safe in so many ways because A, you're buying from a trusted and reputable source, us and via ITV and STV, and also because you have a money-back guarantee on the duvets, the pillows, the pillowcases. We even have mattress pads finally back in stock, which is essentially exactly like a duvet, but it's got an elasticated gusset, so you sleep on top of it, so you're sandwiched, you're cocooned between Mulberry Silk. Encapsulated. That's what I have on my beds. So you can either call 0333 241 241 and place your order over the phone. We take all the major credit cards and debit cards and what have you. If you go online to shopontv.co.uk, click the Live On Air Shop Now button, or banner I should say, scroll down, you'll find all the products. There are the duvets, we've got the pillows coming up. If you're not sure, or if you just think this is too good to be true, well, first of all, it is true, and it is too good. Then get a pillow at least. Dip your toe in the water with a pillow, because you'll never sleep on a better pillow, in my opinion. £40 is the price. They're the perfect height. They are just absolutely amazing. And I mean, I've been sleeping on Mulberry Silk pillows now for the best part of 6 years, and I would not sleep on anything else. And by the way, the pillows and the duvets, I've got a Super King duvet at home, and I'll fold it up and stick it in one side of a carry-on suitcase and take it with me if I travel. So if you're a road warrior, take your luxury bedding with you. But make sure you place your order. Make sure you check out your basket. You've got absolutely everything to gain, because for £4.95, one P&P, you're going to have the opportunity to try as many of the products as you like. And listen, why not? Get everything you want. Because if you come back and buy more, you'll have to pay another P&P. Get it all, because you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. You try the pillow, try the duvet. If you're not happy, RK Sales Info's right on the tags of everything. You call them, and they'll give you your money back, no questions asked. So you've got everything to gain. And you've got a 2-year guarantee on the pillow, a 10-year guarantee on the duvet, a 5-year guarantee on the pillowcase. And we're going to get into all of those other items shortly. But just please make sure you check out very quickly, because I don't want to interrupt the flow. Coming up later in the week here on Shop on TV, we have these fine shows coming your way. That's it. This is my last night until Thursday, but Jane Plan's with you tomorrow. Then we've got Simpler Law, Blue Magic Cleaning Solutions on Tuesday night to Wednesday. Keep Fit with Max Health, Wednesday into Thursday. And, I'll be back for this. I don't know what happened to Friday there, but Friday into Saturday, Wagner, the paint sprayers, are back. I'm very much looking forward to that show. I will be with you for that. Let me just show you the prices. The duvets. This is the brilliant thing about these. Yes, you buy cheap, you pay twice. But you're not just going to pay twice, because the fact is, with duvets and pillows, you often throw them out numerous times in your life. This, you can have this well into your middle age if you're young, and it could outlive you if you're of a certain age. The single is £139. Even if they only lasted for the 10 years they're guaranteed for, that works out at 4p a day. For the best night's sleep we believe you'll ever have. Double, 179, that's 5p a day. King, 199, 6p a day. And Super King, 219, 7p a day. Look, Ray, can I just tell a quick story? I'll be honest with you. When I first worked with Ray, and it was during the dead of, or it wasn't during the war, it was during the depths of lockdown. And do you remember in lockdown when the hotels closed, and it was only key workers that were allowed to stay in the hotels? So I was working on ITV, and actually for the same CEO, but different company. And he made a very smart decision, because he went, well, we can either go out of business, which a lot of people were doing, or we can find a way to stay in business. So what he did, he got these, and I really recommend you Google these, because they're quite funny. He got us what are called bunker bins, B-U-N-K-A, bins, B-I-N-S, which are little personal porter cabins that he lined the car park with. And they have a single bed and a little sort of dressing area and a microwave and a fridge, and a little mini bathroom at the end, a tiny shower. I couldn't squeeze in to get on the toilet, it was so narrow. But the point is, I lived in a box for months.
Metal box at that.
Went a bit funny, I think, to be honest. It was like being in solitary confinement. But I did my first show with Ray at this time, and I listened to everything you've just heard. And I thought, yeah, sure, right. Okay. But I was very, very cold because it was, I remember this, it was -7 degrees that night. And I said to Ray, I've got a rubbish duvet. And he lent me, although I later bought it, a single Mulberry Silk Duvet, which I still have to this day. In fact, I washed it only the other day. And so I got into bed in my boxers and I covered myself up with my Mulberry Silk Duvet. And it got me nice and warm. And I thought, oh, good, well, I'm not freezing me whatsits off, which I would have been otherwise. And then I got to just the right temperature and I thought, I'm going to get too hot. I'm going to overheat. I was wearing a watch. I'm going to overheat. I'm going to overheat. And then I woke up 8 hours later with the duvet still on me. Never, ever, ever overheated. And it was the best night's sleep I ever. And I was a convert. And so literally I have, I can't remember what this out. I've got 8, 10, 12 Mulberry Silk pillows. I have a single Mulberry Silk duvet. I've got 2 king-size Mulberry Silk duvets. My son's got one of them, the other one's a spare. I've also got a super king-size duvet on my bed at home, and I've got a king-size duvet on my bed in my, my home in Warrington. I've got Mulberry Silk mattresses. I've got Mulberry Silk mattress pads on top of the mattresses, even though that's kind of doubling up on, it's probably redundant, but I don't care, I love it so much. And I've got Mulberry Silk pillow, I mean, I've got it all. I've got so much Mulberry Silk, I could start my own business almost. My friends have got it. I just made sure that my best mate, whose house I'm now renting actually in Harrow, both his kids have now got Mulberry Silk duvets. They've got Mulberry Silk duvet, they've got Mulberry Silk pillows. In fact, they've also got a Mulberry Silk mattress pad. If you can afford, we haven't got a lot in stock, if you can afford to have Mulberry Silk under you as well, then get yourself a mattress pad too. They're like a duvet, but you're sleeping on top of it, and they've got an elasticated gusset. I promise you, in fact, I guarantee you that in my experience, you will get the best night's sleep you've ever had. And I'm sorry to say this, and I know I say this every time, and you may think this is rude of me, and I apologise if you do. I mean it from a good place. You don't know what you don't know. If you've been sleeping under any bedding product that has either synthetic fibre inside of it or any kind of feather or any kind of plastic derivative, I assure you that you've never had a proper night's sleep. And I know that's a bold claim, but it's impossible. You overheat. You will overheat. And you will wake up. And there are various layers of sleep that you have to go through in order to get that full recovery and restorative and regenerative and refreshing and healing sleep that your body absolutely needs every single night. If you get woken up at any point in that cycle, and each cycle is about 90 minutes, you can't go back to sleep and carry on where you left off. You have to start again. That's why you wake up feeling tired, even if you've slept for hours, because you've not gone through the full cycles of sleep that you absolutely need for your own physical and mental health and well-being. And if you think I'm talking rubbish and you're not prepared to try it for a £5, then there's nothing I can say, because why wouldn't you try something that is going to improve the quality of your life, and you spend a third of your life in bed. Now, I'm not saying this because I want you to buy it. I'm not just trying to flog you duvets. That's not how I roll. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a crusader when it comes to a good night's sleep. I don't get any commission, so I don't make any extra money whether there are 1 million of these are sold tonight or whether one of them sold tonight. But what I do have, I can sleep well at night for a second reason, because I know that tonight the advice we're giving will help a lot of people. People who can't sleep. We've had people with insomnia who've slept under Mulberry Silk and their insomnia has gone away. Now, we can't guarantee that's going to be the case, but there are stories, emails we've had in the past. And actually, if you're a shift worker, if you work funny hours, funny times of the day, please make sure that you try Mulberry Silk. It's especially important. You know, the hours that I work, you know, it's in the winter you never see daylight, and in the summer, by the time I walk out the studio, the sun's coming up, so it's bright light and birds cheeping by the time I get to go to bed. So your circadian rhythm gets all out of whack. This is a potential cure-all, it really is, for any kind of sleep. And actually, go ahead, Izzy, I'll just grab it from you. If you have Mulberry Silk already, if you've tried it, if you bought it on the last show, please drop us an email, studio@shopontv.co.uk, and let us know what amazing effect it's had for you. It'll be one of those light bulb moments. You will wake up after your first night, even if you're just trying a pillow, you'll wake up and you'll go, oh my God, I couldn't have believed it was possible. And I'm sorry, if you haven't tried it and you've only slept on the other types of bedding I've talked about, no matter how much you protest, no matter how much you want to argue with me, you're wrong. I mean that, genuinely. You don't know what you don't know. How can you? How can anyone? So at least give it a shot. Now, look, if you can't afford it, I understand there are other considerations. You can use PayPal Pay in 3 if you want to spread the cost interest-free. What about your kids if they're off to school? Or they're doing exams coming up in the summer, and they're trying to focus and concentrate, and they're not getting a good night's sleep. Well, at work, they say, I mean, every time I drive to Manchester, although I've almost done it twice now, nearly fallen asleep on the motorway, it says tiredness can kill, take a break. I should have listened to that. Tiredness is not a good thing. Operating heavy machinery, don't do that while you're tired. There are lots of things you shouldn't do while you're tired. Well, if you want to make sure you're not tired, or you've got at least a fair fighting chance, Mulberry Silk is the answer.
The quality of the sleep.
And yeah, exactly. And you won't find better. Ray, let's do some email. I'm sorry I went on a bit of a diatribe.
No,
there,
you're right.
I think it's important.
Everything. I nearly bought one myself.
Well, in my head, I've just bought another 4. Hi, Rob. Me and my girlfriend look forward to watching you every Saturday night and have missed you the past couple of weeks. Oh, thank you. Yes, I was moving home. I wish I was here and not moving. I hate moving. Please, can you give me, Mason, and my girlfriend, Megan, a shout-out? Mason and Megan, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. And then, oh, hang on. Why is it only letting me add 3 pillows and not 4 to the basket, please? From Donna. I imagine they must have put a cap.
No, we haven't.
I don't know why that is. I apologise. I don't know. We'll look into that. You can order as many as you like, as far as I was aware. Do you deliver to Malta? No, unfortunately. There's no way to do that through the website. But why don't you? Who's this again? This is. Oh, it doesn't say. The Malta one. Oh, Jane. Is it Jane? Jane, why don't you, if you want to, send your details to Caroline, our producer, a phone number or an email address. And
there'll be an extra charge.
Yeah, there'll be an extra charge, but I'm sure you can send them directly, can't you? So we'll put you in touch with RK Sales and they'll sort you out. Right. Oh, that was from a friend in the UK who can post, or actually they can get it sent to a friend in the UK who can post it on. Well, if you can do that, even better. So either way, whatever you prefer. Rob and Ray, this is from the Brodies. Hello, the Brodies.
Hi, Brodies.
We have everything from the range, which we love. And my mum is already loving her pillow, which we bought her recently. When is the duvet cover being released? I know we keep asking you that, don't we?
Well, I think
keep up the good work.
They're more or less on the way now.
Ah, good, good. Upgrading to a king bed soon. Might need this Mulberry duvet. Looks great. Actually, you know what? This is a good opportunity. If you are upgrading, I recommend if you get the duvet that's the size up from the bed you've got. Obviously, if you've got a Super King bed, the Super King's the largest, but you get plenty of drape on a Super King. I know because I've got one. But if you want the hotel drape, the extra drape, get a Super King for a king for a double, and a double for a single. Big concerned. White leaves coming from China. Should I be worried about this?
No.
No. They're not. The white leaves are fed to the worms in China.
Yes.
Yes. Unfortunately, whatever you think of China, whatever the political situation may be, silk it comes from China.
You know, Rob,
there's no other way. Ain't nowhere else you're going to get it.
I've been going to China since I was a young boy.
Yes.
Over 50 years, and China is a very interesting place.
Yes.
Some of the factories in China put our factories to shame.
Yeah,
they're really high tech, you know, and 93% of all the silk in the world comes from China. You can buy the silk knowing, well, our silk's been tested by the Allergy Board. You can't get a higher recommendation than that.
No. Sorry, I'm just reading some more emails. I apologise. I was only half listening. I'm so sorry, Ray.
A bit like my wife, Rob. Surely half listening.
No, normally I'm transfixed by your voice. I've purchased the Mulberry Silk Duvet and quilt. Absolutely perfect. I don't wake up sweating anymore.
No.
Could you also ask for pillowcases and duvet cases? Thanks from Simon. Well, Simon, we've got the pillowcases. We always have. The thing is, you're never going to get a silk duvet cover because it'll be too slippery. But can I just say the advice is you've got to have cotton over your
When we first started manufacturing, this gentleman's name is Simon, isn't it?
Yes.
Simon, when we first started manufacturing duvets, 37 years ago, we were naive. And we made them with a silk cover. And after about 9 months, 9 months, the public was phoning us up and they said, you know, your duvets are wonderful, but they're slipping off the bed.
Yeah.
There's a saying that's known the whole world over, Simon, you must have heard it. Smooth as silk. Silk is so smooth and so slippery that it was slipping off the bed. So what we did, we turned over to the top grade long fibre Egyptian cotton so that the duvet stays where it should be, on top of you and around you. It doesn't walk in the middle of the night. So that's the reason why we do that, Simon. Thanks for your inquiry.
Emma, hi Emma, says, my husband and I have been watching the show since 2019. Wow. And are huge fans, especially of Rob Lock. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Emma. You're the one, eh? Can you give a shout out to my husband, Tom? Tom, hello, and thank you for watching. Hey, can I just say, it's a longer email, I won't read the whole thing out, but what I just want to say to you, Emma, beware of copycats, and not copycats, but also imitations. Because of the success of Mulberry, it's about the allergy. There are some people claiming to have Allergy UK certificates other than Mulberry Silk.
Well, I'd ask them to show it to you.
Yeah, get them to show you the certificate, or check with the allergy board, because we are...
Better still, check with the allergy board.
Yeah, check with the allergy board. Because these shows are so popular. Honestly, you know, millions of people around the world buy Mulberry Silk. We are regulated. We are on ITV and STV. We have to. That's the certificate right there.
What's
it's
that
verifiable.
name?
It was Emma.
Emma.
Yeah.
To the best of my knowledge, and I'm 99.999% sure I'm correct.
Yeah.
We are the only company currently selling silk duvets anywhere in the United Kingdom that have this coveted certificate.
Yes.
The Allergy Board in the United Kingdom are based in Warwick University. Why don't you contact them and ask?
Find out. But look, anyone can put an Allergy UK, graphic on.
Well, I'll just give you an example.
Yes.
Earlier in the show, a lady bought they told her it was a Mulberry Silk duvet.
Yeah.
It wasn't Mulberry Silk, it was Tussa silk, which is inferior.
Yes.
Right? And when she checked the label on the duvet, there was only 20% silk in it. Do you know, Rob, I live in Glasgow, and one of the biggest shopping centres in Glasgow, 2 years ago, my son Martin went in to buy his mother a dressing gown for Christmas. Now, the company he went into is a highly respectable company with a massive reputation for making quality products. And he noticed they were selling silk duvets. So he took a walk across to check them out, and he read the label. Now, for a king-size duvet, this company, who trade internationally, respectable company, were charging £512 for a king-size duvet. And when Martin read the label, there was only 12% silk in it. The law in Britain allows people to put a silk label on a duvet, and it only has 10% silk in it. Wow. It has to have 10%. What they do, they get cotton polyester, polish it, so it looks like silk.
Well, they use offcuts, little fibres, don't they?
So what they do, they get a higher profit.
But the thing is, Ray, that's legal. I mean,
that is legal.
It ain't great, but it's legal.
It's not nice.
But the fact is, if you're buying online and you're buying something that says it's Mulberry Silk, AAA grade Mulberry Silk, be very cautious, because those could just plain be fakes. And it's not because we just want you to buy ours, it's because we want you to have peace of mind. We are our oversight, Advertising Standards Authority, Ofcom, ITV, STV, Ray's been in business 67 years. Buy from the company you know is reputable and trusted and overseen and all of that sort of thing. That's all we can say. Should we talk about the pillow?
Pillow, yes.
And actually, before we do, while you're getting ready, while you're getting into position, the mattress pad is about to sell out. We only had a handful of them. It's very limited. Now, the mattress pad in single, double, king or super king is exactly the same as essentially as a duvet, but it has an elasticated gusset, deep gusset for even the deepest mattresses. So you put that on your mattress as a mattress cover. It means if you've got a regular mattress and you don't have the benefits of sleeping on silk, as I do, because I've got a Mulberry Silk mattress, get the mattress pad, and that means you're now sleeping on top of silk. You get all of the temperature regulation. You get the fact you can wash it regularly as well at 30 degrees. You've got the guarantee with it. No, sorry, that's not this mattress pad. Is that the one we're talking about, Caroline? Well, the mattress pad is no. That's not what I was talking about. Have we? Okay. Apparently that. Okay, sorry. The mattress pad is normally one of these, but with a gusset.
Yeah.
So our system has got. We need to check that because are they buying? What are they? Are they buying the right thing? And I'm describing it wrong, or am I describing it right and the web's wrong? Is there anything else on there that? No, that's okay, so, all right, apologies. Forget what I just said. I know these just came back into stock. The mattress pads I described, the ones we've got online are a 5-inch topper.
Yeah.
They're a mattress topper normally, not a pad. That's the why. But they are limited stock anyway. Now, they are also full of silk.
Yeah.
So you're still getting all the benefits.
So basically,
you're just getting an extension to your mattress.
It's an extra layer of comfort.
Yes, yes.
And what happens, you're now sleeping under silk and on top of silk.
Yes, yes.
So basically, your body is encapsulated in silk,
Right.
and you're going to get the best night's sleep you've ever had.
My apologies, it's the terminology. Okay. I know the terminology because of what's written on the packaging.
Okay.
Our website's
right,
got it.
pillows.
So anyway, doesn't matter. Yes, so in fact, before we do that, we've just been asked, we've got to give people an idea on how to order. So stand by, we're going to talk about the pillow in a moment.
There are 3 convenient ways to place your order with Shop on TV. Just scan the QR code with your smartphone's camera app to view the current on-screen item. Or go directly to our website, shopontv.co.uk, where you'll find all the products in today's show. Simply add the items you want to buy to your online shopping basket and check out. Prefer ordering by phone? Give our UK-based customer service centre a call on 03333 241 241. Friendly representatives are available to assist you 24 hours a day. Straightforward shopping with Shop on TV.
Yeah, please do make sure you check out. I always say the gateway to a good night's sleep is the pillow, because if you're not sure, I know we throw a lot at the audience. And it does sometimes, you know, they say if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But it genuinely is true, this. You will sleep better, I believe. And honestly, the quality of my life has improved so much, Ray, since I started sleeping on and under Mulberry Silk. And the pillow is just amazing.
Rob, the key word you've just used is quality. The quality of the sleep you get. You get a restful night's sleep. A pillow. It's so difficult to get a pillow you like. It's so difficult. They reckon the average lady with a husband, a couple of children, standard family, in her lifetime will buy 30 to 40 pillows, searching for one she really likes to sleep on.
Yes.
And as we mentioned earlier in the show, it's a horrific figure. But every single year in Britain, it's hard to believe this, but it's a fact. Check it out on a computer. I'm not making these figures up. Every single year, 10 million cheap and nasty pillows end up in landfill. People go in the local supermarket. They're walking along with the trolley, and there they are on the shelf. 2 for £10, £5 each. They have a picture of a girl sleeping like this. She looks beautiful. Her hair's lovely, big long eyelashes, smiling. And you think, well, I'll take a chance. You buy them, 2 for £10, £5 each. 3-4 weeks later, they're in landfill, 10 million a year. Now, when we started making this pillow 2.5 years ago, when we brought them, we did the research for it in Canada, and we brought them back to this country to be sold to the public. In the first 13 months, we sold 86,000 pillows. Now, I always judge the success of any product that we sell on television, not on how many we sell, but how many we get returned. Now, 86,000 is quite a lot of pillows. But if we get 85,000 returned, there's no point selling them.
No.
We got 19 returned, not 19%, 19 returned out of 86,000. Now, here's a figure that's amazing. The Bedding Association reckon if all pillows were sold with a money-back guarantee, 60 to 65% could be returned. Now, let's say the Bedding Association get it wrong.
Yeah.
Let's say they only 10% get returned. That would be 8,600 pillows. We get 19 returned.
19.
Right, 19.
0.00
Here's the reason why.
something
This
percent.
pillow I'm holding up is the one I sleep on at home. It's 6 years old. It's been slept on for at least 17,000 hours. It's been washed at least 20 to 25 times. You wash it a cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry. When you wash it, look what I'm doing. It cannot and it will not lose shape. This is 6 years old. The reason it cannot lose shape, the filling within the pillow, we tell you on the label exactly what's in it. We're not trying to kid to you. We're not trying to hoodwink anyone. If you were to cut this open, in the middle, you have a pocket of fiber to give you the loft and the support for your neck and shoulders. All the way around that, you have layer after layer after layer of long fiber silk, each strand over 1 mile long, each strand AAA grade Mulberry silk, considered not by Rob, not by Raymond, by the silk industry, by the professionals. Mulberry, the king of silks. That's the word they use to describe it, king of silks. Top cover, Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. Allergy board approved. It tells you here in simple language that anybody can understand. Dust mites will not come near silk. They don't like silk. They want nothing to do with it. When they come in contact with silk, they pack a bag, they emigrate. That's not Raymond saying that. That's the United Kingdom Allergy Board. Here's the certificate to prove it. Now, the average pillow, they reckon, at any given time has 1 million dust mites in it. Now, the life of a dust mite is 10 weeks. It dies after 10 weeks. So in 1 year, the average pillow has minimum 5 million dust mites that live and die within it. And what passes through their body before it dies is trapped in the pillow. So anybody with breathing problems, treat yourself to a pillow that's dust mite free, because it can only help you. It can only help you. Wash it as often as you want. This is the one I sleep on at home. Why do I bring it here? One reason. I hold it up to the camera so the viewers can make a judgment. Look at the condition of it. It's not all lumpy and bumpy. It's like the day it was manufactured. It's absolute luxury at an affordable price.
It's really important during the summer, Ray, because you know, I sweat a lot, and when it gets really hot, so does my son actually, and
so do I.
And the pillows go yellow. You know,
you just wash them.
You just wash them. And actually, I wanted to say, there are other, I'm sure, versions available, but Vanish, you can't use the oxy powders; it's too harsh for silk. But Vanish make a gel, which is rated fine for silk. So I'm sure there are other manufacturers as well, but it just helps to whiten them even more. They wash beautifully. They really do.
They do. Well, this one's been washed. The one I'm holding up.
45 minutes to dry.
So the viewer, they dry quickly, because silk does dry quickly.
I mean, you can tumble dry them.
Tumble dry them. That's what my wife does. Pops them into tumble dryer, tumble dries them. Now, you can only buy this pillow from 2 people, from myself, a shop and TV. Right? Now, people may be sitting watching and thinking to themselves, well, hold on a minute. Rob's telling me this is the best pillow you can possibly buy. Raymond's agreeing. Why is the price so low? Here's the reason why. Shop and TV buy very large quantities at a special price. And they're not greedy. They work in tiny margins. They pass the saving on to the viewer. I sell this pillow on my website. Each pillow, £60 and £5 postage. And to use a modern phrase, I'm not ripping people off. That is the true value of this pillow. I can sleep easy at night I haven't robbed anyone charging them £60 for this pillow. Shop and TV are selling them for £40, £20 off. They're sold with a no-nonsense, bulletproof money-back guarantee. You don't like it? Don't keep it. You know, if you buy a pillow in a supermarket, or anywhere else for that matter, and you don't like it, a pillow you paid £5, £6 for, you think, oh no, I don't like this. You take it back. They say, hold on, we can't take it back. Under the Health and Hygiene Act, they have to destroy it. They can't sell it again.
Can't give it to charity.
They can't give it to charity.
Can't even
And as one viewer mentioned tonight, I didn't realize this, usually you would take them to a cat and dog home. But even the cat and dog homes don't want them anymore. That's why 10 million end up in landfill every year. Nobody wants them. But these supermarkets continue to sell them. Do you know, I live in a small village, 6 miles from the centre of Glasgow. There's only 1,700 people live in my village. And when I go to the local supermarket, they know me in there. You know, I've been there for 40 years. And one of the ladies at the till said to me the other week, she said, I saw you on television last night selling those pillows. Are they any good? So I said, of course they're good, they're wonderful. She said, well, could you bring me 2 in? And I burst out laughing. I said, well, you sell pillows in here, 2 for £10. Why don't you buy them? Oh, she said, the women in here know that you mustn't buy them, they're rubbish. But the point I'm making, Rob, these giant supermarkets continue to sell them, knowing full well...
because people buy them and then they can't get their money back.
Knowing full well they're going to end up in landfill. We get 19 returned out of 86,000 over a 13-month period.
In the first year.
Surely to goodness, that'll tell you something about this pillow.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, what Ray's just said is incredibly important, because any other pillow you buy, any other pillow, I don't know of any pillow that has a money-back guarantee.
No.
This has a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can try it before you decide to keep it. And if you don't like it, you contact RK Sales. The number's on the tag on the pillow. You'll get your money back. Then, when you do decide to keep it, how's this for whatever? You've got a 2-year guarantee. So if anything goes wrong with your pillow in 2 years, you get a new one.
Yeah.
We're nearly 20% of the stock gone. It is absolutely flying out. Look, I think everyone's just come in from the pub. Look.
Well, there's been lots of rugby going on too, so everybody will be in. Maybe had a lock-in, have a little drink after the rugby.
Well, I tell you what, when you've got nursing a sore head in the morning, you'll wish you had a Mulberry Silk pillow. Perfect hangover cure. No, I can't say that. It's not true. Nothing's a perfect hangover cure. But if you want to stay in bed, you want to be in bed under Mulberry Silk and with your head on one of these. I promise you, I personally promise you, if this means anything to you, it is absolutely the best pillow money can buy by a New York mile, in my opinion and my experience. But I've been in transactional television for 30 years. I must have tried 100 pillows. And we sell other pillows, or at least one other, which is a good pillow. But the reason they don't ever let me present it is because they know I'm the Mulberry Silk guy. And I promise you, I've done the consumer testing on your behalf. And whatever Ray's, you know, it's Ray's company. They're his pillows. Of course, he wants you to buy them. It's a business. But he also wants you to buy them because he's a very decent man. I want you to keep them as well. He wants you to keep them as well.
It's in my interest for people to keep them.
Yeah.
Because if they bring them back, I have to destroy them.
And you lose your money.
I'm not allowed to I have to destroy them.
So that's why you make such a superior quality
So we do our
product.
very best to make sure people keep them.
Yes.
And the easy way of making people keep them is to make sure the quality is high and the price is low.
Yeah. By the way, if anyone's got one of these pillows already and you want to drop us an email just to let us know how amazing it's been for you, we would love to hear your genuine testimonials. This could very well sell out tonight. It's just gone banana. It's just exploded online.
Good.
Over 100 of you need to check out now, or you're going to stand a chance of missing this. About 20% of the duvet is gone as well. So we'll recap the duvets and everything in a minute. If you can afford the duvet, get it. But if you're sceptical, that's good. You should be. I think it's nice to be sceptical. I'd rather be think the worst and then my expectations be exceeded. try a pillow, because once you know what Mulberry's all about, and once you've felt the difference, once you've experienced the transformative night's sleep that I believe you will have as a result of sleeping on one of these, and I know that sounds grandiose and it sounds OTT, but it just happens to be the truth in my experience. Then you're going to go, oh, well, if the pillow's that good, I can't even imagine how good the duvet is. And once you've slept under a Mulberry Silk duvet, your life will never be the same again. But it'll be a heck of a lot better. By the way, that mattress pad is the 5-inch mattress topper, just so you know.
Yeah.
We haven't got the mattress pad I described in stock tonight. I know that I was right because I saw a little video that our director was showing. You didn't see it at home, but it had the packaging for the mattress pad, which was what I described. Make sure you go to shopontv.co.uk. You can create an account free of charge. Sign in if you've got one already. And by the way, if you create an account free of charge, you have an address book where you can put other people's addresses and with their names and phone numbers. So if you want to send one of these to your mum, or if you've got elderly relatives, do you know what? My duvet paid for it. My single duvet that I bought from you all those years ago, Ray.
Yeah.
It paid for itself.
It would
do you know what I call it? I call it the central heating replacement. Honestly, I don't put the central heat, and now I've got gas central heating, which I had electricity before. I just get the single duvet. It's saved me hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, and it's comfort as well. It's just nice. It just gently folds itself around you.
Yeah.
It is a cocoon fibre.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it does. It cocoons you.
All right, Ray, let's go back to the duvets, because we've just had, it's like the whole of Britain just came back from being out all night, because it was really, I'll be honest, it was like it felt like no one was watching, but now it's like the world is watching. So, get a pillow. If you do nothing else tonight, get a pillow. It'll be the last pillow you probably ever need to buy. 2-year guarantee. I've had mine for 6 years. Keep washing them. They just keep on going. There's nothing to degrade. There's nothing, I mean, after maybe 10, 15, 20 years, possibly the cotton might start to wear out. But you know what? Get yourself, as I'm just doing for some new pillows I bought, get some cotton pillow protectors. You can get them from Amazon. They have to be 100% cotton. They can't have any plastic in them. And by the way, any of the bedding, only use cotton. If you can afford Egyptian cotton, it's about 20 quid for a fitted sheet, and it's about, I don't know, 25 quid for a 300 thread count duvet set with pillowcases, depending on 1 if it's a single, 2 if it's a double or higher. You need that, because otherwise you'll block the properties of the silk. The temperature regulation, the moisture wicking and all of that won't work if they can't touch you. It's like having a non-stick pan. If you put a slice of chicken on a non-stick pan, then obviously it slides around because it's non-stick. But if you put a steel plate on top of the non-stick and the chicken on top of that, it's going to stick because it's not touching the non-stick. Make sense? Standard size pillowcases, standard size duvet covers, and all of the usual as well. So, all right.
Right.
Let's, if you could, summarise everything about Mulberry Silk, the magic of Mulberry Silk, in 5 minutes or less for our viewers who've just come in.
For anyone who's just come in.
Yeah.
If you put your trust in us and buy a duvet this morning, and that's basically what we're asking you to do, is trust us. If you buy one, first of all, in my opinion, based on 37 years of selling them, you're going to get the most perfect night's sleep you could possibly imagine. It will keep you warm in the winter, and it will keep you cool in the summer. Now, people say to me, how is that possible?
How's that possible?
How can it possibly keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer? Well, the honest answer is only one person knows. That's Mother Nature. She's had the secret under lock and key for 5,000 years. Now, this duvet is rather special.
She don't give it up?
No, she won't. It's not heavy, it's not thick, it's not puffy. When I do a live presentation, the first thing people say when they touch it, they say, this is very, very thin. Are you sure this will keep me warm in the winter? And before I can answer, they then say, what TOG rating is it? Now, the answer to both of those questions is quite simple. There is no official TOG rating for silk. The reason being, silk is a low conductor of heat. It manufactures heat in a different fashion to duck, goose feather, or the dreaded man-made fibers, polyester. And it retains the heat in a different fashion, being a low conductor of heat. That means, here's a wonderful advantage. Very often, I would say 9 times out of 10, when 2 people share a bed, One likes the bed warm, one likes it less warm. That very often happens. Well, you can both sleep under silk, under the same duvet. It self-reflects, and you can both be perfectly comfortable.
What about menopause?
Here's the reason, I think, Rob, why we sell so many. Tens of thousands every year in the United Kingdom. Tens of thousands. I'm not being boastful when I say that. I'm very thankful for the support the public are giving us. But we've been selling them now for 37 years here in the UK, and people know about them now. Silk is special. And in my opinion, one of the main reasons, they are absolutely 100% washable. When you wash them, they cannot and they will not lose shape. We're using long-fibre silk. Each strand of silk within the duvet, unbroken in one piece, is over 1 mile long. They're stitched and they're anchored all the way through, so when you sleep under it,
handmade,
they just gently fold themselves around you and the silk cannot move. When you wash it, it cannot and it will not clump up. They're allergy board approved, 100% allergy board approved. Dust mites cannot live in silk. Here's the certificate, and we have that certificate for 36 countries, not only for the United Kingdom. So you see, it is a special product. Top cover, Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. But the most important thing, I've only mentioned this once since we've been on air, I'm going to repeat myself. It's very important when you buy anything that you get value for money. Doesn't matter where you buy it, you must get value for money. And we are offering these products this morning at a price, believe it or believe it not, which is slightly less than we were charging for them when we first launched them in television 22 years ago.
Well, let's show those prices actually, shall we, Ray? And then we've got, it's gone bananas.
Good.
And we've got so many amazing testimonials I'm about to read out. So the prices will, my director's going to hate this because he's in the middle of a video, but he just loves to see the duvet go up in the air. He loves a good waft. So the single is, our price is £139. That's 4p a day if they only lasted the 10 years that they're guaranteed for. You'll probably have yours on your bed for, if you look after it, for 20, 30 years, who knows. So that's based on 10 years, 4p a day. The double, 179, 5p a day. The king, 199. 6p a day, and the Super King 219, 7p a day for the best night's sleep probably you've ever had. I just want to give you a very quick bullet point summary in case you've tuned in, because these are not normal duvets and pillows. They're AAA grade Mulberry Silk. They're the highest quality silk money can buy. And they have very special, the silk has very special properties. It is naturally temperature regulating. You cannot overheat under a Mulberry Silk duvet. So unlike any duvet that is a feather product or it's a synthetic fibre, you overheat, you take the duvet off, then you get cold, you put it back on, and on, off all night. That interrupts your sleep, you don't sleep as well, you wake up feeling groggy, you know, Jack's not a happy boy. With Mulberry Silk, the duvet stays on you all night long. You never overheat. You can try it. Do it. I did it. Sit there and test it. Wrap yourself in the duvet and wait to overheat. You'll be waiting a long time. I guarantee you'll fall asleep and wake up, you know, hours later before you've even realised it. That's what happened to me anyway. 30% of its weight is wicked away in moisture or sweat, so it helps you stay dry. So with the pillows, no, and especially now we're at that weird time when it's 1 minute it's 16, 17 degrees the other day, and then it was, you know, 8 degrees the next day. But also we're coming into summer. You don't need a separate summer or winter duvet, one all year round. But it will keep you just the right temperature. This is what it's all about. To ask you what, there is no TOG rating for silk. Some people have started putting it on because everyone asked for it, and so they just stuck one on. But there isn't one. That's for synthetic fibres and other products. The point is, what temperature will the duvet keep you at? It'll keep you at the perfect temperature for you, no matter who sleeps under it. If someone sleeps next to you, they like to stay, you know, they've got bad circulation or something, they run really cold. They'll have the perfect temperature. You're someone who runs really hot. You'll have the perfect temperature, even if you're sleeping next to each other under the same duvet. You can machine wash these as much as you like, 30-degree wash, any detergent you like, no fabric softener. They have the Allergy UK certificate of approval for effectiveness against dust mites. Silk to dust mites is like the Sahara Desert. It's like we'll go and spend the day in the Sahara Desert, but we ain't living there because it's not conducive to life. You might get a few tourists that come in dust mite wise, but they will leave pronto. So from an allergy perspective, they're absolutely fantastic. They are built to last. They are full length fibre. They're the highest quality Mulberry Silk duvets that I think I'm okay to say money can buy. And here's what other people say about these who are genuine customers that have emailed in tonight. So Anthony says, are you ready for these? There are quite a few, so here we go. I bought quite a few things from you, but listening to Rob, he's exactly right about the Mulberry Silk duvets. I really fancied trying one of these, but the price put me off. I watched it about 4 or 5 times before I bit the bullet and ordered a set. I must say it was exactly as Rob said it would be. Kept me warm over the winter months, and I'm more than happy with the duvet. Yes, it was expensive. Now, again, it's expensive. It's the whole thing. You buy cheap, you pay twice, right? The average person's going to go through dozens of pillows.
It's going to last a long time.
It's going to last a long. So, up front, yes, it's a higher cost than a cheap duvet or pillow you're going to throw away in a few months. But over time, it actually works out a lot cheaper. So I understand what Anthony's saying. He says it was absolutely worth it. Also bought the pillows, which are fantastic. Oh, and that's Tony Cove and Anthony. What's regards Tony Cove? I've got 2 names there. Maybe that was a copy-paste error. I don't know. Paula says, is the 8-inch Mulberry Silk a normal mattress for the bed or just a topper? The 8-inch is a mattress. The 5-inch is the topper. So yeah, if you want a full mattress, and you get the upgraded version for the price of the entry-level one, which means it's the pillow top. And yes, I've got those on all my beds, as does my son. I stay near Ray outside of Glasgow, and I've tried and tested his pillows. I've used supermarket pillows until a few months ago. The guy is talking complete sense. I've had family stay over, and they've asked where I got these pillows, and now they are customers. Alan from Glasgow, watching with the all-night shift team at Hilton Central Glasgow. Hello, Hilton Central Glasgow. They love the show. Thank you so much. Oh, blimey, Caroline. I don't know if I can read this. All right, I tell you, we'll come back to the other one. She's just formatting them because I can't read them. If you've had positive experiences with Mulberry Silk, do let us know. Look, there'll be the odd person. We did have a customer tonight, actually, just to acknowledge and thank you for your email, who emailed in and didn't get on with the pillow because it wasn't as big as they wanted it to be. I mean, it happens, you know what I mean? We're not saying it's perfect for everybody, just 99.9% of people.
When you sell tens of thousands of any product, you're obviously going to get some returned. But we get 19 pillows returned over a 13-month period out of 86,000 pillows.
I mean, it's...
Now, we were actually, we were jumping with joy because we knew the product was good. We knew the quality was high, but 19 returned, it was something special, you know. And,
it's the best pillow you can buy. And I can't say that on ITV. I cannot say to you this is the best pillow money can buy. No, we have to be careful
what we say.
But in my experience, it's the best pillow money can buy. I dare you to disagree with me. You get your money back. I mean, I tell you what, and if it's not, I'll give you your £5 you paid on your postage and packing.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, what we get returned every year on duvets, I repeat...
If it's up there, I'll give you the money myself.
Yeah, I'm repeating myself. If you took a supermarket trolley, what we get returned every year, believe it not, would fit in a supermarket trolley. Whenever I go to a TV studio, wherever it is, here, America, Canada, anywhere, right? When I'm a stranger and I walk in and I start selling silk, maybe a couple of weeks after I've been there, one of the camera crew, one of the people working in the studio buy a pillow or a duvet, and within 6 or 9 months, 90 to 95% of all the people in the studio end up sleeping under silk. Not because I've sold it to them, because their work colleagues have sold it to them. They've said, hold on, have you tried these duvets? They're wonderful. Have you tried these pillows? And because their work and their colleagues have recommended it, they buy it.
Do you remember the first show you did in the studio?
Yeah.
Our camera operator,
A young lad.
Ian, back when we had camera operators.
Yeah.
He
was
ordered
a
one
nice young
during the
lad.
show on his phone, and
Yeah.
he couldn't believe it when he came back the next day. He couldn't believe how amazing it was.
He was a nice young lad.
Yeah, he was.
Where is he now,
He
Rob?
still works for the company.
Does he?
He's just not on shift tonight, and we have robots now instead of camera operators.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Look, cameraman.
That's all I've got to say about that.
It's good, isn't it?
It wasn't a loaded comment. I still can't read the emails because our producer is formatting them. They're coming through thick and fast, Ray.
Good.
We've had 20 emails in the last 5 minutes. So we're talking about the duvet. Let's, what have we not discussed yet about the duvet?
Well, what we should mention about the duvet,
Yeah.
if you don't mind me mentioning,
I don't.
these duvets wash beautifully and they dry quickly. Now, I should mention this, if you have any member of your family who unfortunately is bedbound, who is ill, unfortunately, and confined to bed, please buy them one of these duvets and at least try it. People who are bedbound, and I speak from some experience here, my mother-in-law, before she died, was bedbound for 2 years, totally bedbound. Tiny little lady, 93 years old when she died, nice lady, and she never moaned about anything. But the problem with people who are bedbound, they get bed sores caused with sweat.
Yes, of course.
Now, silk will wick away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. That's not a figure I've made up. Check that on a computer, go into Google or Wikipedia, and they'll tell you that's accurate, 30% of its own weight. So anybody who's bedbound, obviously they have their hair washed in bed, they have body washes in bed, little accidents happen, they eat in bed. So the duvet,
they're perfect for this because you can wash
yes,
them.
the duvet has to be washed.
Yeah, yeah.
Pop this in the machine, wash it quickly, dry it quickly. You can have it back in the bed within a couple of hours. You never have to pay 20 or 25 pounds to have it dry cleaned and laundered. And anybody who's bedbound, you'll find the fact that you don't sweat and you don't overheat under it, they'll be delighted with it. And if they're not, simply send it back. And I promise you, we'll refund your money with the same speed that we take it from you. No arguing, no fighting on the telephone. When you phone our office, a live person will answer the telephone. You don't have to listen to pipe music for 20 minutes.
No. You're just watching here the video again. It's 100% long fibre AAA grade Mulberry silk.
That's the zip in the duvet, you see.
And that zip serves no purpose other than so you can open it and see exactly, to prove to yourself
put
what's in
people's
there.
mind at ease.
Yeah.
Because there's so much in. Well, there's no other word to describe it. It's fake silk being sold. People are buying what they think is silk, and it's not. It's
Accept
cotton.
no substitute. By the way, I just get ready because any second now you're going to stop. See there, that is a Super King size duvet in there.
Yep.
That you can stick in one side of a carry-on suitcase. That, by the way, when we say washing, we're not talking about taking them down to the dry cleaners and spending 30 quid to get them washed. You can stick those in a standard 7.5 kilo front-loading washing machine. Super King will work perfectly. The pillows you could get, unless you've got an 8 or a 9 or a 10 or 11 kilo washing machine, you get 2 in easily. You could get 2 in a 7.5 kilo because that's what I had in my old flat. But I like to give them room to move around, and I do them one at a time. But the duvets, doesn't matter what size duvet, they'll all fit in a 7.5 kilo machine. Right, Ray, are you ready? For these are live testimonials.
Right, come on.
Unsolicited. Well, I suppose they're not. They are solicited because I asked people to send them in. But these are from real customers. So, oh my goodness gracious me, it's like War and Peace. Okay, I'm going to go quickly. And if you feel we need to stop at some point, you just let me know.
Right.
Sorry, I sound like a game show host, don't I? This is from Doreen. I suffer with chronic neck pain. Is the pillow good for neck pain?
Well, Doreen, I'm at an age where in the morning I have neck pain. I go swimming to try and ease it. All I can tell you, it's helped me tremendously. And I'll repeat what I said just a second ago. My advice to you, try a pillow. If you don't like it, Doreen, you're not married to it. It's not like a husband. You don't have to keep it. You can send it back and get an instant refund.
Thank you so much. So, Doreen, look, if any pillow's gonna do it,
This
I believe this will.
You get a gentle heat.
Yes.
To ease the muscles around your neck.
And they're so soft. Honestly, I love the darn things. I really
Luxury.
do. Right, Kaylee. Hi, Kaylee. How are you doing? And thank you, by the way, for all these emails. Let's just get through them as quickly as we can. I'm very interested in buying this. I struggle with my sleep, and I find it hard to stay asleep. Are there any health benefits to sleeping with silk? Well, first of all, I bet you have got either a synthetic pillow or duvet, or a feather pillow or duvet, or there are other things, like there are even plastics out there now. The reason probably that you are struggling with your sleep is because you wake up because of the inferior quality of what you're sleeping under right now, and then you pull duvet on, duvet off situation. I think the answer has got to be, if anything can help, this will help.
Clearly, a short answer. The answer is quite simple. Silk gives you this gentle heat and it cocoons you. If you struggle to get back to sleep once you're awake, this will get you back to sleep, in my opinion, much quicker, because you're not overheating. It's total comfort, it's luxury, and it lets your body breathe. Once again, try it. Don't like it, send it back.
We actually had an email, I think it was in the last show or possibly the show before, from a customer who actually had straight up insomnia. And again, it was because the overheating with the duvet on and off, toxic sleep, which is what happens. And the Mulberry Silk Duvet completely solved
And another thing,
their
Rob,
insomnia. You may find something similar.
Very often, especially old people like myself, get up to spend a penny in the middle of the night, maybe twice, sometimes even 3 times. When you go back to bed under silk, you get back to sleep, in my opinion, much quicker.
Yes.
On the odd occasion I've been in a hotel, I've had to sleep under a synthetic duvet.
Yeah.
I can't get back to sleep as quick as I can under silk. So thanks for your...
Zara says, hey, Robalob. I like that, thank you. Oh my God, that duvet looks so nice and comfy. Would love to have it on my bed. Sure, I could make room for one more with it too. Winky face. Zara, obviously, if I wasn't on television, I'd say, well, that would have to put that to the test sometime. But I am on telly, so I can't say that. Sorry.
But you have.
Did I? Oh, no. Oh. I am single, so it's allowed.
Right.
Anyway, Anon. Hello, Anon. That's a common name. Says, oh, my God, obsessed with the the little old man with the sheets over his legs. I hope he's nice and warm and cosy.
Who's that?
Are you talking to me?
Now, there's something wrong here.
It's anonymous.
Some ladies phoned up to make an assignment with Rob, and I'm the little old man. I'm very upset. Who is this?
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
Believe you me, I may be old and little, but I will find you.
I love it. Debbie says, hi, Rob. Just want to say I bought one of these recently. Double the price, mind you, but buying another tonight for you guys for my spare room. I can say that since having this silk duvet, I've never slept better. It's so soft, and I found it really helped with my night sweats. Brilliant. George says, hi, your voice is smooth as silk. I think they see now you're getting compliments. That's true. My girlfriend and I love watching you. Oh, apparently it's me. It's probably both of us.
I'm the little old man as you.
The little old man with the duvets. My girlfriend and I love watching you every Saturday from the comfort of our Mulberry duvet. Thanks for some great purchases. You're very welcome, George. Thank you. Thank you. Rob, I'm currently using cashmere material as my duvet, but find it makes me very hot. Well, yes, it would. Would you think that the silk could make me sleep a bit cooler? Many thanks, Edwards. Yes, indeed.
100%
You will not
yes.
oversleep with silk. You can't. It's
overheat.
Oh, sorry. What did I say?
Sleep.
Oversleep. Oh no, you can oversleep with silk. You won't overheat. Absolutely no. That's the point of this. Everything else that you sleep under that I'm aware of, even wool, you'll overheat, and then you'll end up waking up, taking the duvet off. Then you'll get cold, and you'll put it back on again, and that interrupts your sleep pattern, which means you don't ever fully get into the deep recuperative, regenerative, restorative, healing sleep that your body needs. With silk, you do. That's why you wake up feeling... You can sleep less. Actually, Tony Robbins always used to say... oh, no, it wasn't. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you're trying to be successful and you don't have enough hours in the day, sleep quicker. And you can with the you can sleep less. If you don't get a lot of sleep, you'll get better quality sleep. with Mulberry Silk, in my experience, if you don't have time to sleep for longer. Are the pillows good for neck issues, says Lynn? We believe absolutely. I think we've already answered that. Robin Ray, glad you moved one okay. Thank you very much. It's nice to see you back and all that. Mulberry Silk is a game changer. My husband and I will never sleep with anything else now. We sleep the whole night without getting cold or too hot. Just love, love, love our Mulberry Silk. Thank you both for introducing us to this bedding. And that's Diana. Thank you, Diana. Oh, my Lord. Oh, I've got a couple. Should we get through the others? And then we'll do a recap. Morning, guys. Talking of pillows, I've definitely had my fair share of pillows, but this seems like an investment for a lifetime, not buying cheap ones moving forward. Those stats are crazy. I know, right? Bring on the silk pillows. I've heard silk is meant to be good for your hair too. It is, yes. Now, bear in mind, the pillow has got Egyptian cotton on the outside, so the silk won't be touching your hair. But if you want the benefits of the Saracen in silk touching your hair, get the silk pillowcases, which we'll cover in a moment. And they are absolutely luxury. Dean says, ordered a pillow last time Mulberry Silk was on after being tempted for years and has been the best decision I've made for a very long time. Excellent quality and sleeping better than ever. Ordered another for the wife. Thank you, Dean. Appreciate that. Good day, Rob, says Dennis. I bought one of these at full price a couple of years ago. Wow, do they live up to the expectations. I usually have a quiet tipple on an evening, and I wake up every morning with a fresh head. Swear it's a secret hangover cure. I did mention that earlier, Dennis, actually, but I think I have more than one. That's the problem. Darren from Manchester says, I bought 2 pillows and they are so good. My wife bought another 2. Because they're so good, we bought the king-size quilt for a double bed. 100% satisfying night's sleep. Best sleep ever, and they wash perfectly. Your viewers won't be disappointed. Thank you very much, Darren. 2 more to go. This is from Andy in Blackpool. Absolutely love watching the show on TV. I watch it every night when I finish work, and I love the products you sell. Thank you very much indeed for that, Andy. And finally, Nick, I think there are more coming in, but I'm going to stop it here, otherwise we'll literally be here all night. Nick's, hang on, whoa! Hold on, Caroline, my iPad just went crazy. How do I get rid of the keyboard? I don't know how to get rid of the keyboard. There we are. Nick says, OK, I've now bought a pillow. My wife is of a certain age, 50 plus, and has terrible night sweat. She's tried multiple things to try to mitigate this.
She'll love it.
Nothing's working. Hoping my purchase helps with a good night's sleep. I
She'll absolutely love it.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, send it back.
Should we talk about the pillowcases?
Yep.
By the way, I think, was it about half the stock of the pillows gone? Is that right? We were going to do some stock updates. We're how much? A third of the stock of it was a big stock actually. Third of the stock of the pillows, a quarter of the stock of the duvets. Please make sure you check out your baskets. You're not going to improve your sleep if you don't actually buy the products. Again, I don't get a commission. Whether you buy it or not makes no financial difference to me. I'm giving you my recommendation, and all this enthusiasm and passion is because I have slept exclusively on and under Mulberry Silk products for the last 6 years, and I've never slept better, and I've tried everything you can imagine over the years in terms of bedding products, and this is the only thing that does what it says on it on the tin, as far as I'm concerned. Ray, pillowcases, sir.
Well, pillowcases.
Oh, is it? Oh, pillows or pillowcases, Caroline? Pillows, then pillowcases.
Pillows, okay. Right.
Right, sorry, my bad.
Pillows. Well, I think I'm stating the obvious. I think everybody will agree. A pillow, a good pillow.
These days is hard to find?
Yeah, very hard to find. The average person, as I say, the average family, a lady, husband, 2 children, the average family, in other words, buys between 30 and 40 pillows a year. Trying to find
30 and 40 a year?
Sorry, in a lifetime.
Sorry,
I beg your pardon.
No, I was going to...
Yeah, well,
wow.
You know, these little old men get it wrong every now and then.
Oh, dear. I'm now debating whether I should have told you that or not.
Mr. Anon, you don't know what you have done. When I go home, I've got 4 sons, 10 grandchildren, 4 daughter-in-laws. I'm never going to get over that.
I'll tell you what, he ain't little either. This man's a bruiser still at 80-something.
They're going to take the mickey out of me.
Can I just say, can you blame Caroline, because she's the one that made me read it?
Right, okay, Caroline, I'm coming for you. Right, here's the story. Pillows. Buy yourself a decent pillow. It's one of the nicest things you'll ever do. And to get a decent pillow is very difficult. We mentioned earlier, and this is a fact, it's not fiction, it's not something we've made up. Every year, 10 million minimum 10 million. It could be more, but 10 million cheap and nasty pillows end up in landfill. You see them in the supermarket every week, 2 for £10, 2 for £12. People buy them hoping, think, well, we'll take a chance. A few weeks later, a few months later, they're in the dustbin, and you buy another 2. We are asking you to buy a quality pillow with a money-back guarantee at an affordable price. Now, the shop and TV buy very large quantities of this pillow, and they offer them to the customer at a very special low price. You can only buy this pillow from 2 people, from myself or from Shop and TV. I sell the pillow on my website for 1 pillow, £60 and £5 postage, and I'm not ripping people off. That is the true value of this pillow. Shop and TV are offering them this morning for £40 each. And my advice to you is to grab them, and here's the reason why. This is the one I sleep on at home. I always bring it with me when I come down to the studio, so I can hold it up to the camera. The customer can look at it, make a judgment. This pillow has been slept on for 6 years, roughly 17,000 hours. It's been washed at least 20 or 25 times. We tell you on the label exactly what's in it. If you were to cut it open, in the middle you have a pocket of fibre to give you support for your neck and your shoulders. All the way around that, you have layer after layer after layer of AAA grade long-fibre silk. It's not little pieces of silk, not scrap silk, chopped up and thrown in a haphazard fashion. It's put in a honeycomb fashion to give you total support and comfort. No dust mites in this. It's Allergy Board approved. Anybody with allergies, don't think twice. Don't think twice. Buy yourself a pillow that's dust mite free.
Ray, can I interject there? Because just while you're saying that, because you've got the stats. What's the stat with dust mites in a pillow?
Right. At any given time, minimum, this is a minimum figure, it's estimated 1 million dust mites living alive are in a pillow. Now, the lifespan of a dust mite is 10 weeks. It dies after 10 weeks. So every year, minimum, and the average pillow, you have 5 million dust mites.
Because they don't bury them in the garden. They just stay in the pillow.
They stay in the pillow.
Until they turn to
That's
dust.
a good way of putting it. They don't bury them. It's in the pillow. And what passes through their body before they die is in the pillow.
Yes.
Now, there's a clue in the name, dust. When I die, I turn to dust, and so do they. So anybody with allergies, COPD, asthma, hay fever, I have 1 son, I have 4 sons, one of them suffers very badly with hay fever. This is the pillow you should be sleeping on. That's not me saying that. That's not Rob saying it. That's the United Kingdom Allergy Board. Try and find another pillow with the Allergy Board certificate.
With a guarantee as
well. With
a
guarantee.
A money-back guarantee and a genuine 2-year
And this one is 6 years old, and it's been washed at least 20. Look what I'm doing. I'm scrunching it up. All I'm asking you to do is buy it and try it. And if you don't like it, please send it back. When we first started selling these pillows, sometimes the public must get tired of me repeating this figure, but it's so important to put a customer or a potential customer's mind at ease. When we first started selling these, in 13 months, we sold 86,000 pillows, and we got 19 returned.
19 in a year.
Now, I judge the success of any product.
0.002% return
Rob,
rate.
I judge the success of any product we sell, not on how many we sell, but how many the public send back.
Yeah, well, it's nothing.
19
it's
returned out of 86,000.
Yeah.
That means 85,981 people out of 86,000 loved this pillow.
So, Ray, just one thing I wanted to finish on, and that's the dust mites. After 3 years, they reckon, what is it?
The pillow doubles in weight within 3 years with dead dust mites.
Okay, so folks, 2 things.
That's a fact.
Number 1, if you've got a pillow that is made out of a synthetic fibre, any kind of hollow fibre, anything like that, any kind of feather, whether duck, goose, down, doesn't matter, any kind of feather, wool even actually, I mean anything other than silk, it gets hot and moist and it makes you sweat, and you sweat into the product, and so now you've got heat and moisture. And what are those? They are centre parks for bacteria and for dust mites. They are butlins at Christmas. Everyone's having a party at the Gaiety Theatre. And I'm telling you folks, that smells, nasty niffs. You can't wash them. You can't. I've never successfully washed a hot.
You can't give them away.
You can't give them away.
Charity won't take them.
Yeah.
The Salvation Army won't take them.
No.
And one viewer phoned in this evening saying, now cat and dog homes won't take them. It used to be the Salvation Army. You took bedding and they said, no, take it to the cat and dog home.
Yeah.
They'll make dog beds with it.
But the thing is, here's this, right, if you've got a synthetic or a feather product pillow on your bed right now, and you go and you've had it for, I don't know, a few months, or maybe a year, I don't know, something like that. Go hold it up. Like, I'm putting that over there. Now, you see that is pretty much straight, right?
Yeah.
If yours droops down to the side on both sides,
you're in trouble.
a lot of that is contributed to by the weight of dead dust mites and live dust mites in your pillow, the droop. And look, dust mites are not harmful to us. We cohabit or we coexist with them, but their poo is.
Very much.
That's the allergy. And also just the hygiene of having bugs in your pillow. To me, it icks me out a little bit, and I love the fact, and it feels different sleeping on a Mulberry Silk pillow. It feels clean.
But Rob,
to me.
apart from all these things that we're talking about, the health benefits, the absolute comfort.
Yeah. Oh,
just to go in bed at night. I sleep. Actually, you mentioned earlier in the show that you sleep more or less with one pillow.
For my
sometimes
head, yes.
I sleep with two, and sometimes it's funny.
Do you know I've taken to sleeping with two? I do a weird thing because I'm larger. I put my arm over one, and then I put my head. Another one under my head.
You mentioned it. You used the phrase that summed it up beautifully. You said once you sleep with the Superman pose, with one arm up like this.
Yeah.
I do that. I'm a side sleeper.
Yeah.
And I sleep with one arm under the pillow, and I sleep in the right-hand side.
Yes.
You know, but whatever you sleep, right or left-handed, flat in your back, this is a pillow you can buy. It's going to give you absolute comfort. The health benefits are wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, please check out.
And the price is right.
The price is right, and actually, you need to actually pay for it now because we're running out of stock on the pillows and time as well. It'll be the best decision you've ever made, I think, because, and again, as I said earlier, you don't know what you don't know. If you've never slept on silk before, and you've only ever slept on hollow fibre or feather, then you've only ever had an inferior night's sleep compared to the one you're going to have with Mulberry Silk, in my experience and my opinion. It's just logic. There's no way you can. You'll get too hot. You'll wake up. You can't sleep properly. You just can't. It's just not the solution for sleeping, whereas silk is. So yeah, give us a call, 0333 241 241 if you want to place your order over the phone. All major credit and debit cards accepted. Again, this is we are the ITV STV show. We are a partnership with ITV and STV. Your money is safe. We are governed by the Advertising Standards Authority, Ofcom, ITV and STV themselves. But if you put it in your basket to shop online at shopontv.co.uk, make sure you click live shop now, live on air, shop now. My mouth's going faster than my brain, sorry. Then you'll find all the products that we have tonight. The pillows, there are the pillowcases we're going to talk about in a minute. They are 100% pure Mulberry Silk, both sides, and we'll get to those in literally a couple of moments' time. But make sure you check out. If you don't check out, you don't get. It's as simple as that. You can just click buy now if you want, and that'll sort it. By the way, Jack says, is it stain resistant? Jack, let me just say this. Stain resistant, it's hard to define. If you get stains on it, or, I mean, you know, at night, bodily fluids get into your bedding. We dribble. Occasionally, people have little accidents. You know, sometimes ladies have a
people dribble, and dribble turns yellow on a pillow.
That was an awkward place to
And
finish
if you
my
wash
sentence.
it with a good detergent, the stains will come out of it. But it's pure cotton. It's not straight.
But you can wash it. The
Yes,
point is,
of course.
But actually, you know what? If you've got Airbnb, if you've got a hotel, motel, I was trying to think. Well, yeah, I suppose it is a holiday home, that sort of thing. That a caravan you rent out. If you're using these for any kind of business where there will be a lot of bodily fluids, this is the way to go. Right. So this is apparently what I've said tonight. One of the best silk. What, Caroline? What? Everything I'm about to read now is a live testimonial from you at home based on what we've been talking about tonight. So these are your words. You're the best critics at the end of the day. Douglas says, one of the best silk duvets ever made. I love it so much. Thank you, Douglas. Oscar and Debbie. Hi, Oscar and Debbie say, the Mulberry Silk Duvet is the best purchase we've ever made as a couple. We also had a pillow too, one each, and it's just incredible. Love the show and hope others are able to buy the products. Thank you very much, Oscar and Debbie.
Thank you.
Karen says, recently changed from Average Joe sleeping equipment to Mulberry Silk range, and OMG, I have never slept better in my 67 years I've been alive, and they also clean up much easier than the standard type, so really handy if you're into...
Well, that's an answer to that gentleman's inquiry just a second ago.
Yeah.
They clean up beautifully.
Indeed, absolutely, and you just saved me from finishing that sentence.
Sorry.
Karen. No, I'm glad you did on that particular occasion. Karen, you know what I mean. You naughty minx. 100% the best duvet and pillows that money can buy. Fantastic value for money. Now, again, some people do say this expensive compared to other alternatives. Well, actually, question mark, possibly superior to other alternatives. Question mark, most definitely. Genuinely a purchase you won't regret. Look, the fact is, and in fact, I'll come back to that in a second. Let me just say, Linda also emailed in, and that was Joe, by the way, I was just reading there. What's the mattress like for comfort? Because, it's medium firm, support mattress. I've got 3 of them. They're amazing. I love them. I want to buy it, but I'm a bit worried about purchasing it on TV without trying it in person. Or you get a 60-day sleep trial. When you get it, you'll have 2 months to sleep on it, and if you don't like it, you phone the number and they come and take it away and give you your money back. So the only thing it'll cost you is $9.95 postage to get the mattress to your home. So try it in your home. Put your own bedding on it. Do everything on it you would do on your normal mattress or the mattress you own. Everything. And if you're not happy, then you get your money back. Simple as that, right? And then sorry, do you do a standard double mattress? There is a double mattress. Oh, no, we're sold out of the
Sold out at the moment.
Sorry,
yeah.
The only sizes we have available
King.
are the ones... We've only got king, sorry. We are trying to get them back. Joe, what I was going to say about Joe and his comment, for people who are used to spending 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe up to £30 on a pillow, yes, 100 and something pounds, or sorry, £40, or no, for a duvet rather, £30 for a duvet. 100 and something might seem a lot. But you'll buy how many duvets in a lifetime, whereas you'll only need one Mulberry
Well, the duvets we have in my bed at home are 37 years old.
Yes.
And I very often, on a daily basis, because 200 days of every year I'm at an exhibition somewhere and I'm talking to the public. And I often get people to come up to me and say, oh, I've got one 10, 15, 20 years, 25 years. Yeah. One lady last week said, I bought one off you 30-odd years ago. And she said, still going strong. She came back for a second one for her nephew, who was going to university, sharing a flat with another boy. Yeah. And so she wanted a second one.
But also, the fact is,
here's another thing.
A Fiat Punto is not as expensive as a Rolls-Royce.
Talking about cost, in a king-size duvet, there's 2.2 kilos of silk.
Good Lord, that's about 15 miles, isn't it, of silk?
No, it's 2.2 kilos.
But mile-wise, length-wise?
Yeah.
It's about 15 miles, isn't it?
In weight.
Yeah, but in weight, I know, yeah. I understand.
Now, if you went into a shop and bought a silk shirt, it would probably weigh about 4 or 5 ounces, if that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you'd pay, for somebody my size, your size,
40,
you'd pay at least £100
Oh,
for it.
is it really? Oh, for silk, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, I never thought of it that way before. That's a
now,
good way
all
to
of a
look at
sudden, you have 2.2 kilos of the finest silk in the world in a duvet. Now, It's an all-weather duvet. It's the same duvet winter and summer. It's going to last you the best part of your adult life.
When it comes to pure silk, unadulterated, unfiltered, unfettered, there's nothing purer than the actual pillowcase, because that is literally just 100% silk both sides.
Yeah. Well, when people come up to our stands at a live presentation, they often say to me, you know, they say, I've read about these pillowcases. They stop your wrinkling, don't they? Well, unfortunately, Rob, nothing will stop your wrinkling. Eventually, your skin will lose its elasticity and you will wrinkle. But what you can do, you can fight against the wrinkling process. You can slow it down. Right now, silk does that in no uncertain fashion. If you sleep on a cotton pillowcase, and this is not ridiculous sales talk, it's a fact, cotton will take the moisture from your skin as you sleep, and it will dry your skin out. And your skin, when it dries, will start to wrinkle or crack. Now, silk does the opposite. The reason being, in silk, there are 18 amino acids. One of them is called sericin. You spell that S-E-R-I-C-I-N. Please check this on a computer. Put your mind at ease, check it, because what I'm going to say now is important. Sericin traps the moisture in your skin and it keeps your skin hydrated. So by sleeping on a silk pillowcase, you slow the wrinkling process down dramatically. Now ask your hairdresser what it does for your hair. If he or she is knowledgeable, they will tell you there is no static in silk, none. So it cuts out frizz. And if you have long hair in particular, you don't have to tie it up at night, so it doesn't tangle in the morning and you don't have to fight to get it into shape. Now, the silk we're using is AAA grade mulberry silk. We tell you on the label exactly what's in this pillowcase. And here's something that I believe, or to the best of my knowledge anyway, is unique to our company. And remember, you are buying from the official Mulberry Silk Company. Our head office is in Vancouver, and we trade in 37 countries throughout the world. Right, always read the label. Everything we are telling you, the silk is 100% long fibre mulberry silk. There are no inferior fibres mixed in with it. Now, in the inside of the pillowcase, this is very important, ladies and gentlemen. We've sprayed on a thin layer of silk, of cotton. Now, this is a very expensive and complicated process. Compared to silk, even the most expensive cotton is coarse. So when you put the pillow into the pillowcase, the cotton within the pillowcase grabs and holds the pillow. So you get no wrinkles on the pillowcase. So it looks perfect when you have it on the pillow. And when you're waking up in the morning, you don't get tram lines on your face. I have no hesitation in saying, if you have any member of your family who takes a pride in their appearance, male or female, doesn't matter who they are, if they really want to look after the skin and the hair, buy them a pillowcase like this, pure silk.
My son is mixed race.
Yes.
His mother is African American.
Yeah.
And so I've learned a little bit about sort of very specific needs for people's hair who are.
Can I take 30 seconds to explain why that
please.
is?
Yeah, no, you can take more than about 45 minutes if you want. That's
no, I'll explain. If you're a person,
gone, by the way.
if you're a person of color, maybe you're Afro-Caribbean, Afro-American, and you know the problems you have with your hair. When your hair starts to grow from your scalp, the hair shaft, the hair, if you put it under a microscope, is wide, is broad. As it continues to grow, it narrows, and eventually it twists and it kinks. And what happens, the nutrients from your scalp traveling along the hair stop when they get to the twist of the kink. And the hair beyond the twist of the kink breaks, it becomes fragile and dry, and it breaks. And of course, you know, I'm quite a football fan. I watch the footballers, some of them, the most fabulous styles in their hair.
Yes,
The
my son
people,
goes to a special
people of
barber
colour,
for
oh,
his,
they're
yeah.
fantastic. But this constant tightening of the hair damages the hair. So if you are a person who styles your hair like that,
Yeah.
if you are a person of colour, you know, I'm only stating what you already know, that you have serious problems getting your hair to grow properly.
Yeah.
That's why you pay so much money when you go to the hairdresser. You know, the average person of colour spends 3 times as much on her hair as the average lady. That's a fact.
Yeah,
You'll know, Rob.
I do, very well, very well.
So buy a nice silk pillowcase, pure silk. The difference it will make to your hair is unbelievable.
I once sat through a session with a young lady I was dating years and years ago while she was having weave put in, 5 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, it's extraordinary.
It's unbelievable.
It really is.
You know, but some of these lovely styles you see are just wonderful. And what, you know, and the problem is the hair dries beyond the twist.
Sure,
That's the problem. Silk stops it happening.
By the way, we've got a lovely email here. Hi, Ron. And other lovely fella. So I'm Ron, and you're other lovely fella, I think.
This is getting worse for me. I'm not coming back
Well,
here.
I'm Ron now.
Listen, I'm not coming. That's it. I'm off.
At least they said lovely. Wow, show, excellent, I think that is. You're both very natural and so helpful. I have severe insomnia, chronic pain and illness. An awful symptom is a damaged hypothalamus, so I get severe cold sweats. I'm boiled alive, drenched in ice-frozen shivers, duvet off, off and on all night. For 4 years, I've had to go to bed with 6 towels and 6 nighties and keep changing them through the night. Goodness me, wow, that's extraordinary.
What's this lady's name?
It's a little long. Hold on. Let me see, where is it? Faye. So, Faye, thank you for sharing this. Let me just finish this. It says that she still can't sleep. So she has a 15 tog feather duvet and used to like it before I was ill, but definitely don't know now. It needs replacing. I always liked a heavy duvet, but hate the insomnia and sweats. I have to stay bedbound through the day to try and catch up on rest, as I'm lucky to get an hour's sleep at night. Oh, goodness me, Faye. Chronic neck pain too, so I'm going to try the Mulberry Silk pillow first. I've been used to a 15 tog heavyweight for the duvet and a memory foam groove pillow for many years, so it'll take a while for my body and neck to adjust.
Memory
to the
foam makes you sweat.
Faye, I can't think of anyone who's more the perfect candidate for these duvets.
Neither can I.
You'll get used to the thinness because instead of the weight, it wraps around you, cocoons you. It's like being hugged, as my producer just said, like being hugged by a bear. 15 tog, no wonder you're hot, no wonder you can't sleep. It's the heat that keeps you waking up a lot of the time. I know you have other things, obviously, that are playing into that. But how can I be warm under such a thin silk duvet? Trust me, you'll be as warm under this as you are under your 15 tog. Look, let me put it this way,
Rob,
Faye.
what's that lady's name?
Faye. And she's
Faye. Can I just mention something, Faye? We are a Canadian-based company. Our head office is in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I sell these in Canada and have done for 37 years. I go there about 7 or 8 times a year to sell them on Canadian television. Now, when I go up to places like Quebec in the winter, it's minus 25. And if you add in on the wind chill, it can be minus 35 or 40.
Yeah.
Now, we sell lots of them in places like Quebec, and people love them, you know. And in the summer, it's exactly the opposite. It reverses. And people say to me, how is that possible? Nobody knows, only Mother Nature. You know, people who go mountaineering, what I call the big boys mountains, Mount Logan in Canada, Everest here, you know, all the tents are lined with silk. All the clothing is lined with silk.
Mountaineering clothing.
All lined with silk. Because it lets your body breathe, but also it keeps you warm.
Well, when I tried
that lady should buy herself.
No,
and
honestly,
I promise, if you buy them, I personally will make sure you have all your money back if you don't like them.
Yeah, honestly, Faye, -7 it was when I got my single one, and that was in a box in the the dead of winter with no heating
a metal
in there.
box.
A metal
Don't
box,
forget.
no heating.
It was like a container that you see in the back of lorries coming from.
I know. I've never ever, no matter how cold, and I don't turn the heating on at home. I've never ever had a situation where I've been under my duvet and thought, oh my gosh, I'm cold. It's always the perfect temperature because it's just, it regulates to you. And she had 8 years of insomnia. She said she'll be singing from the rooftops and will definitely let us know. Please do. We both personally want to know how you get on, Faye. Next time we do this show, please do let us know, because I think, and this is why I love doing this show, Ray. This is why I know I don't get any commission, I don't make any extra money if everyone in the country buys one of these, but I'm on a mission because sleep's so important, and frankly, there's a lot of anger around at the moment, and I think if people slept better, they might not be quite so angry. Although there are other factors to be angry about, I realise. But honestly, this is not rubbish. This is not a load of
sales
word. It's true. And we couldn't say it if we're on ITV and STV, for goodness sake. This is real. You will sleep better, we believe. We are confident. You'll sleep better than you ever have before. So 2 or 3 weeks, Caroline's had her Mulberry Silk Duvet. She's slept better, and her husband, they love it. They've never slept better. They're not too hot anymore. And this is what the fact is, if you don't know, even if you don't believe anything we say, you've got an unconditional money-back guarantee. Not us. Don't send this back to Shop on TV. Contact RK Sales, Ray's company. Their info's on here. And they will personally refund your money if you're not satisfied. You've got 30 days to try it. Literally, all it's going to cost you is £4.95 P&P. That's why I say, if you can afford the items, get everything you need, because you only pay, it's capped P&P. You only pay the £4.95 once. But that's the worst that's going to happen. You're going to lose £4.95. And I tell you what, Faye, if it doesn't work for you, I'll pay you $4.95.
It will work, Faye, believe you me.
Yeah, it will. And I'm confident it will. I really am.
I am too.
And also, Rob's here. Hi, Rob. Also, Rob. Just wanted to say,
Two Robs.
I love two Robs. Two Robs do make a right. I love the show, especially the selection of products, and try to order at least once a month. Glad to see you looking so well. Thank you very much indeed. Appreciate that. Right, so we've got Arctic. No, we haven't. We have got Arctic. I always get it. I can always forget what's Arctic and what's Arctic. Arctic is an articulated lorry. There are the colours. So you've got the sage, then you've got the Arctic blue, then you've got the white, and then you've got the desert in the order that were being shown on the screen there. They are lovely, and the white is always the one that is the runaway success. They always go first.
The other thing we should mention
You don't need a cover for your duvet either.
No, the other thing we should mention about the pillowcases, the Saracen within the pillowcase never washes out. So once you've bought it, because it's pure silk and there's no inferior fibres mixed in with it, it's pure. The Saracen will be there for the life of the pillowcase. And we estimate the life of the pillowcase is about 25 years.
If you buy, and it's guaranteed for £5, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you buy silk wraps for your hair and things like that, or silk products or silk pillowcases from elsewhere, you might not actually be getting pure silk, so it might not even be working as well as you want.
The silk wraps that you get, you were mentioning about people of colour in Africa, Caribbean.
Yeah.
Very often, not very often, almost all the time.
Yes.
The hairdresser, if she's clever and knows her job, will tell the person when they go to bed at night in particular to wear a silk bonnet or a wrap. But a lot of women don't like that.
Sure.
So silk pillowcase does exactly the same.
Now, by the way, I just want to say for the record, we haven't tested these pillowcases to have any of the effects that Ray has mentioned, but I will say this. I'm going to do a David Brent here. There is lots and lots and lots of research and scientific data about silk. These are 100% pure silk.
Check it on a computer, it will tell you. Just type in all about silk and you'll find that what we are saying is accurate. We're only allowed to say so much.
Yeah.
But because we have to be careful, we mustn't exaggerate.
They are silk.
What Rob is saying, and he's quite right to say this, we mustn't exaggerate. No. But check it out for your own peace of mind. I constantly say this when I'm in television. For your own peace of mind, before you spend your hard-earned money, type in all about silk, type in Mulberry, they'll tell you.
Ray, I just can't stop the amazing customers and viewers tonight from emailing. Again, another live testimonial. After this, I'm going to pause and let you actually say some stuff about the product. So this is from Sharon. Hi, Sharon. How are you doing? Watching your show tonight reminded me just how much I love my Mulberry Silk Duvet. I bought mine over 15 years ago, and it's honestly one of the best purchases I've ever made. I was so impressed that I just ordered the pillow and a larger duvet this evening. I would totally recommend it to anyone who's thinking about trying one. It does take a little time to get used to how incredibly light it feels, but it's absolutely worth it.
I would imagine.
The individual results will vary on that. I love the way,
when we were first
depends what you're
asked
used
to take this on for the United Kingdom, that was 37 years ago. What they did, they sent us from Canada a couple of duvets for my wife and I to test and see whether we wanted to take the agency on. Now, the first night we slept under them, next morning I said to my wife, what do you think? She said, well, I'm not sure. Because we, like everybody else, were sleeping under these big puffy duvets.
Well, this is the thing, I mean, and everything feels, change always feels weird at first.
So that was the first morning. The second morning, I said, well, what do you think now? She said, well, you know, she said, it's really quite good, you know. And
Caroline loved it from day one.
By the third morning...
She also was a big fan of the duvet.
37 years later, we're still sleeping under those duvets, the two that we got. It's a fact. Because silk is the second strongest natural fibre in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had a pound of steel in this hand and a pound of silk in this hand, the tensile strength of the silk is stronger than steel. Do you know, Rob, years ago, up until maybe 15, 20, 30 years ago, bulletproof vests were lined with silk. 16 layers of silk. And you could point blank put a gun against it and not put a bullet through it.
Wow.
Silk is very unique.
Please don't try that at home.
If I find a little man from
Don't worry, I don't mind that you've got a gun. I have a silk duvet. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Still.
You have a little man,
If I find a man from Anon, you'll need a bulletproof vest.
Ray, it's 2:30 a.m. That means that we often get a rush of audience at 2:30 a.m. So if you've just joined us, hello, and thank you so much for watching. We always and I always appreciate it. I love doing this show, and I love because I love the people that watch it. And thank you for all your emails tonight and all your custom as well for those who have bought. If you haven't bought something tonight, this is the only product that I say you're cheating yourself, unless you've got Mulberry Silk already. Because honestly, there ain't nothing I've found in 30 plus years of doing this that comes close to being as good as the night's sleep you get with Mulberry Silk. And because it's
I'll tell you another thing, Rob, we haven't mentioned this tonight.
In my experience.
A group of people who are amongst our biggest customers are caravanners.
Indeed.
Right. We're now, in February, in the month of February, the 3 large caravan shows in Britain, one in Glasgow, one in Manchester, and then, of course, the big one in the NEC in Birmingham.
Ah, yes.
And people come along to these caravan shows, and they love this silk product. Now, in the summer, all of these caravan shows are held Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? And people come along, say, in the Friday afternoon, put the awning out, get themselves organised, get the caravan in position, the motorhome, then they walk around the trade stands to see if they want to buy anything. And occasionally I get people up at our stand and they'll say, you know, I'm not certain, do I really need one? Right, so what I say to them is simple. I say, look, you're sleeping on the showground in your motorhome or caravan. Buy it, pay for it, obviously. Take it, sleep under it tonight. And if you don't like it, just bring it back in the morning and I'll refund your money. Tuck it under your arm. It's a 60-second walk. Bring it back, money on the counter. Now, the following morning, 25 to 35% of all the people who buy one the day before come back and buy a second duvet. Immediately, they're converted. You know, they think, well, this really is different.
It's perfect for caravans because the space...
Took the words out of my mouth. They fold up small so they can put them in the bunk. They take up no space. They're light. They're comfortable to sleep under. They can wash them quickly. And they're just as close to perfection as you can possibly get.
Well, actually, you're going to see in this video that you can squeeze them in your box, can't you?
Yes.
You don't even need to squeeze them, actually. And as I say, I put a Super King duvet, if I'm travelling to hotels, because once you've slept under Mulberry Silk, you just can't do synthetic anymore. And so I go to, you know, if I stay in a Premier Inn or some such similar hotel, I just can't, the duvets I can't be doing with, or the pillows. So I'll take a carry-on suitcase, pillow in one side, and Super King duvet in the other. I've got a spare. I've got a King duvet as a spare for travelling now, actually. But look, put it in your box.
That's it. People love
Get
it.
2 in there.
Yeah.
Get 2 in your box. Amazing. And
And
again,
the-
this is top quality Mulberry
and the
Silk. We're
important-
going to do a recap, aren't we, of everything,
and the
Ray?
important thing to remember, Rob, is when you're buying it, I always say to people, consider it to be an investment.
Yeah.
It's not something you're going to have to replace in 6 or 7 years' time.
No.
This will last you, in our opinion. And not only in our opinion, in our experience. We've been selling them for 37 years. We have tremendous feedback from our customers. We estimate this will last you the best part of your adult life. You're going to have a level of comfort that you can't possibly get, in my opinion, under man-made fibres, a duck goose of fibre. I mentioned earlier to Rob and to the camera, in my local supermarket this very week, I do the shopping for our house at the moment because my wife's not too well, so I have to get my trolley and do the shopping.
Yeah.
And I'm wandering around. When I come to the bedding section, I always have a look. They were selling duvets, $7.99 each.
Oh, my Lord.
Can you imagine?
Quality must be
$7.99
great.
for a duvet. Now, all of a sudden, we mentioned earlier, 5 million of these cheap, nasty, horrible duvets end up in landfill every year. I mean, $7.99 is just
But also,
impossible to
can't
get a
wash-
duvet.
you have to take them to the dry
It'd-
cleaners.
it'd be
That's
like
30 quid to get them dry
Rob,
cleaned.
it'd be like washing a Kleenex tissue.
But you know, there are some people, and unfortunately, my dad is, not to speak ill of him, but he when he buys something, he likes to keep it forever. And I remember when
I'm a bit like that.
must be a generational thing. When I came back from the States in 2018, I stayed at my sister's house. I slept on her mattress from when she was a child. She's now 50. And I think the duvet was probably from around then as well. It was crunchy and it stank. It was horrible. And this is the stupid thing. We changed the duvet cover, and by the way, you don't need a duvet cover on this. If white's your scheme, you can just have it as is, like a comforter, as they call it in America. But if you want a duvet cover, you can just make sure it's cotton. But the fact is, we wash the duvet covers, but we don't wash the duvets because we can't wash the duvets. But now you can.
It's a funny thing, Rob. You mentioned the duvet smelling and the mattress smelling.
Yeah.
With silk, it doesn't retain body odors.
No.
You know that lovely feeling you get when they call it in my house, or we used to call it clean sheets night. When you have you're tired,
twice a
you're
year.
ready for bed, you have a shower, and you're going to bed in a freshly laundered bed.
Yeah.
It's clean and it's lovely, and you lie back and you think, oh, thank you, God, this is wonderful. Right. That's the feeling you get every single night when you slip into a bed with a silk duvet on top of the bed.
Do they?
You don't retain body odor. They don't smell. Remember, apart from washing them, again, check this on a computer. Once a year, on a warm, sunny day, if you're lucky enough to have a garden, drop them over the washing line in the garden, and the UV rays of the sun totally purify and cleanse them. The advantages are so many, but the main advantage is you've got to get into bed. It's a cocoon fibre. It's designed, not by man, by Mother Nature, to gently fold itself around you, and then it sits. It doesn't walk. You don't waken up at 4 o'clock in the morning, one leg dangling out the bed, backside sticking out the duvet, duvet off, duvet on, duvet off, duvet on. You simply get into bed, settle down, and you get, in my opinion, you get to sleep much quicker. Because funny enough, Rob, another thing I haven't mentioned, so which I apologize. When you do sleep under silk, you get into bed and the heat is instant. It's not like man-made fibers where the heat has to build up. It's instant. Within seconds, you've got that lovely, gentle heat that's comforting. And any lady going through the menopause, hot sweats, cold sweats, remember, it wicks away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. Don't hesitate. Don't think twice. Treat yourself to a silk duvet.
You know,
try it.
I liken Mulberry Silk to a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
A pressure cooker has a valve on it. So when the steam builds up to a point where there's too much, and it would explode, it releases steam, right? So it regulates, like the duvet regulates temperature. With hollow fibre, synthetic fibres, man-made fibres, whatever you want to call them, with feather products, etc., it's like the valve's broken. So the heat builds up, and it builds up, and it just does not stop building up, and it gets to the point where you are cooking in your own heat.
Yeah.
Not literally, figuratively, obviously, and you can't take it no more. So you have to release the pressure the only other way you can, which is to take the duvet off. And then in the winter, you know, usually in the night, you know, most people have their central heating goes off in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, you're starting to cool down. You've got nothing warming you and keeping you warm. So you start to wake up because you're too cold. And what do? Oh my gosh, where's the duvet? And you pull it back on again. And then the heat builds up and up and up, and then it's too much, and you repeat the whole process all night. There are, I think, 5 or 6 levels of sleep. I still haven't researched this, and I should really. There are 4 main ones, I think: alpha, beta, theta, and something else. But the point I'm trying to make is that you have to have all of these levels of sleep. If you want to research it, you know, a quick Google will reveal all. And a sleep cycle takes about 90 minutes. That's why they say if you have a limited amount of sleep, try to sleep in multiples of 90 minutes. Then you won't wake up in the middle of a cycle and feel tired. And that's the point, because your duvet is waking you up in the middle of cycles. It's not doing it right at the end of each cycle. It's like when you get too hot, that's it. Wherever you are in that cycle, you wake up. You can't carry on where you left off. You have to restart. So if let's say you sleep for 6 hours, that's what, 12 cycles? No, hang on, 6. That's 4 cycles, right? If you get woken up in each cycle, in that 6 hours, you've not had any quality sleep.
Quality is the key word.
Yeah.
I sleep on average 3.5 hour cycles. The average person sleeps 3.5 hour cycles.
Yes, yeah.
But I find when I sleep under silk, a couple of weeks ago, I had to go to a funeral in London, and it was the person who was being buried, a good friend of mine, unfortunately, lived 6 or 7 miles from Gatwick Airport. So we stayed at a hotel at Gatwick Airport. My son Martin and I shared a bed, and we had to go quickly to the funeral. So we were sharing a bed, 2 single beds in a room. And both of us were sat up in the middle of the night. We were under synthetic duvets. And we found ourselves talking in the middle of the night to one another, wide awake. We couldn't get a decent night's sleep.
I don't know how Faye does it with a 15 tog. I've got a 13.5 tog. And I used to, before I got on the Mulberry Silk, and I'd lie next to it, and the heat, I could feel the heat coming off the duvet just with it sitting next to me, let alone on me.
It's trapped.
We've just had a question, which everyone asks, of course.
Right.
What's the tog rating?
Well, there is no official tog rating with silk. The reason being, silk is a low conductor of heat. It retains heat in a different fashion to duck, goose feather, or man-made fibres.
Yes.
But you'll find every single person will tell you the same thing. Every single person. Warm in the winter, cool in the summer.
Talk about the summer, please, Ray. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that.
Because that's coming.
You mentioned, yes.
Well, supposedly.
We are in the fortunate position, and not being boastful when I say this, that we sell lots of duvets all year round. The public support us very well, and for that we're thankful. But we sell, this will shock you, Rob, we sell slightly more duvets in the summer than we do in the winter. Just slightly more. Because in the summer you get hot, sticky, humid evenings in the middle of the night, 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
And you wouldn't think put your duvet on to help solve that, would you? But you can with this.
Well, yes, because it keeps you cool.
And
it
dry.
wicks away the moisture and it lets your body breathe. Because even on a hot, sticky night, you still like something over you. You don't like to sleep with nothing over you.
So it's not a cure for, it's not a replacement for air conditioning or something like that. No. 40% of the stock of the duvet is gone now. Look, you've got to check out, folks. Look, if you don't pay, you don't play. It's as simple as that. And yes, look, this is a business. These are for sale. Yes, we are making a profit from them. But the fact is that a good product, you can't put it down. You know what I mean? And this, I can't think of any product that I have presented in the I don't know, I stopped counting at 10,000 hours, probably 12 or 13 or more thousand hours of this type of broadcasting that I've done now in my career. And I can't think of another product that is as essential or as effective in improving the quality of your life, because everyone has to sleep. You can't go without sleep. I once didn't sleep for almost 3 days when I was working in the company I was working for. They wouldn't let. I mean, it was an exhibition. We had work to do. There was no going home, no having a good night's sleep and coming back. It was just one of those things. By the halfway through the second day, I had a conversation with I thought was a colleague, and it turned out to be a stack of video monitors. I was hallucinating. It was, and then it starts to get dangerous. You can get brain damage after several days, and then eventually, I think the record was about 12 days or something like that. And the person
I remember I was travelling in a long-haul flight, and I was sat next to a guy. We got talking. It was a 14-hour flight, so we got talking, and it turned out he was a doctor.
Ah.
And he said to me, he said, he was a Chinese doctor actually, and he was going home to China to visit his family, and he asked me what I did for a living, and I said, well, ironically, I said I sell duvets full of Chinese silk and that type of thing. And he said, we got talking about sleep, and he used a phrase which I think sums it up beautifully. He said, you should tell your potential customers that you cannot put a price on a good night's sleep. Yeah. And that sums it up beautifully.
Sure.
You cannot put a price on a good night's sleep.
No.
I mean, when you get a good night's sleep, you obviously you feel better next day, you function better, you're a happier disposition. It's a good situation all round.
It just occurred to me, actually, that's a really good idea. I've never thought about that. Because I've got a single duvet I keep just for keeping warm at night, instead of putting the heating on during the winter. But on a plane, that'd be great. And actually, anyone who's wheelchair bound, instead of a blanket or something, single Mulberry Silk Duvet would be a really good way to go.
Yeah, I have a very good friend who's wheelchair bound. Yeah. And what we often do is a tartan rug he puts over his legs, but he puts a single duvet underneath. Because he likes the tartan.
Oh. Well, who doesn't? I love a bit of tartan.
He was at the rugby
People
today.
People say I'm a right tartan.
He was at the rugby today, and we lost today, he'll be upset with his tartan rug over his duvet at Murrayfield. He was.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Faye says, hi again, Robin Faye. Robin, that's you, Faye, isn't it? Sorry, it's getting late. Robin Ray. I was in sales, retail all my working life, and I must say you and Ray are both brilliant. Thank you. You come across so natural. It's obvious you're not giving the sales spiel. We're really not. So I'll try the Mulberry pillow and duvet, because with being chronically ill and an insomniac, I'm desperate for help. Re the nasty cold sweats. As you know, I have the 15 tog feather duvet and memory foam pillow, but I also have a memory foam mattress. I can't find the topper. Which one is the 5-inch you mentioned? Has that sold out, the topper? It's on our website, shopontv.co.uk. We'll have a look. If you want the 5-inch topper, Caroline, can we pull that up on the website, please? It might have sold out, actually. But I've been told that she's not going to give me anything until I do what she's asked, which is show everyone the prices. There are the prices. Did you like that? Good. Now, so here's the website. No, sorry, $139 is our price for the single. For the 10-year guarantee, these are guaranteed. That works out at 4 pence a day, 3 pence a day, 4 pence a day. Sorry, I'm losing it. 179 for the double, that's 5 pence a day. 6 pence a day for the king at 199, or 7 pence a day for the super king. But let's go. If we go to live on air shop now and scrolly down. There is the topper. So, do you see that? That one, no, that's the mattress. There we go. Oh, it says pad. I know the pad's called the topper and the topper's called, but this is what Faye was asking about. This is the 5-inch mattress pad. So if you've already got a pillow, what do they call those things you sleep? A mattress. Can we click on that, please, Caroline? If you've already got a mattress and you have no interest in parting with it yet, then if you get this for £139, it literally goes over the top of your regular mattress, and it is chock full of mulberry silk.
I would advise Faye to get one of those as well.
Try one of those. That
and again, I'm interrupting Rob here, for which I apologise.
Please. No. You go.
I'm just saying this to Faye. Try it, And I personally will make sure if you don't like it, I'll refund all your money. No arguing, no fighting on the telephone, instant refund. And I hope it helps you, because I have a wife who's not very well, and I know that ill health is not a pleasant situation.
No, for sure. Even if it brings you some comfort, or
Yes.
I mean, I hope it brings you more comfort than you
I'm sure it will.
anticipate. James says, "Hi James, first of all, James from Manchester here, enjoying your informative information on the Mulberry Silk Duvet. I was just wondering, how does it compare to TOG rating? Will it be warm on cold night? There's no TOG rating with
Yes,
silk.
it will be warm on a cold night.
Yes,
You won't have any
It's as warm as you
problem.
need it to be. Believe
Yeah,
me. Yeah.
and we keep repeating ourselves, I know, but just try it. That's all we're asking you to do, is try it. And if you don't like it, money back.
You know why they put, because people have said, oh, that some silk products have got TOG ratings. Do you know why that is? Because the companies got so fed up with people asking what the TOG rating was, they just gave it one. It don't mean anything. You don't need a TOG rating, because a TOG rating is how warm it's going to be for you. So you're saying the warmth is coming from the duvet, but actually the warmth with Mulberry Silk is coming from you,
from the body,
which the duvet regulates. So in other words, what rating will it be for you? The perfect rating for you. You'll be exactly as warm as you need to be, not a bit too much or not a bit too little. Just right, Goldilocks every time. And if you've got the same duvet and someone is lying under it next to you who runs really cold, they will be perfectly warm.
Self-reflects.
If you run really, really hot, you'll be perfectly warm. It self-reflects, it self-regulates. It just gives you, everyone who sleeps under it, a bespoke, what I would call perfect temperature. Thank you very much, and good night.
Well, you will get a good night's sleep if you sleep under silk. It's as simple as that. It's a healthy night's sleep. Remember, this is machine washable. A cold wash, 30 degrees. Tumble dryer, line dry. So it's healthy, it's clean, it doesn't retain body odors. It's wonderful.
It's pillow time. We've got still about 60 people online. Please check out. Not because I want your money, not because I don't get any extra money. I don't even get paid enough, in my opinion. But the point is, the boss is asleep, so I can say that. This will be the one night he stayed up. No, honestly, this is about you. I am coming to this from the perspective of you. Because look, I suppose it's my ego, really. I get a kick out of it when I make someone happy.
Yeah.
I like making people happy. That's how my ego
Oh,
works.
it's funny you mention that. You know, I'm quite an old man, and my grandchildren say to me, "Granddad, why are you still working? Why don't you just sit down and retire?"
Yeah.
You know, the reason I still work is I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But secondly, the reason why I enjoy it, I go back to the same exhibitions year in, year out. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, I always ask the exhibition organizer to allocate me exactly the same stand year in, year out. So the customers who bought off me can find me if they come the following year. They know exactly where I'm going to be. Now, I've been doing that for 37 years selling silk, and for 67 years as a company, period, but for 37 selling silk. And very often, people walk past our stand, and it's quite nice, Rob. They give you a little wave like this. They say, "Got one, love it." And they just walk on. And it gives you a nice feeling. You've sold something, and people are loving it. And they're loving it not for a week or a month or a year or 2 years. Some people have got these duvets for 15, 20, 30 years. We estimate the life of one of these duvets will be the best part of your adult life. The duvets in my bed are 37 years old. I had a lady recently, 33 years, she said she'd had hers. She was buying a second one for her grandson, who was going to university, wanted to share a flat with one of his friends, so she wanted a single duvet for the bed. So I told her to get a double, because he's a big lad, put a double over the bed, give him extra comfort.
I want to say something about Ray, actually, if I may.
Uh-oh. Danger.
Hold on to it, gird your loins. This man is 84, right? 83 or 84?
Yes.
Which he said himself, so I'm not embarrassing him by revealing his age. He drives to Manchester from Glasgow, did tonight, which is a 3-hour drive. for the show at midnight, and in a few minutes or whatever it is time, we'll get back in his car and we'll drive 3 hours back to Glasgow this evening after the show. Because he wants to be here. You know, any one of his sons who runs the business, helps run the business, could come and do it in his stead. But he does it because he cares, he's passionate.
Yes, of course.
And he wants you to hear it from the big cheese.
And I'll tell you why I've definitely got to be back tonight.
Is it Crufts?
To get to bed.
Yeah.
I'll get to bed at 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'll be up at 10 because today is my wife's birthday.
Oh,
I'm not going to give her age away. She's younger than me. We're having a big do tomorrow. All the family are there. The 4 sons, the daughter-in-laws, the 10 grandchildren, 1 or 2 of the neighbours. So we're going to have a bit of a sing-song tomorrow.
I love your family. I really
nice
do.
Little bit of a sing-song.
I've worked with you for so many years. I almost feel like I'm part of it, but I wouldn't inflict that upon you.
No.
So. Please do check out. You know what? I know it's a really funny thing because Caroline just said this actually, and she's absolutely right. Caroline, my producer, she said you feel like you're part of something. When I sleep under Mulberry Silk, and all my friends and all my family and all my colleagues who sleep under Mulberry Silk, we genuinely know that we're in the know. We're in a very exclusive club. We're the Mulberry Silkers, and anyone who's not in a Mulberry Silk, under a Mulberry Silk duvet or on a Mulberry Silk pillow or whatever, we just consider that they're missing out. They're not part of the club. They're not in the know. It's I don't know. There's almost a feeling of being slightly elite. I
wouldn't know about that. But what I do know is this. When people buy Mulberry Silk, they get value for money.
Yeah.
Value for money. That's so important. And we must stress at the end of the programme, we're coming towards the end, this is a duvet and a pillow that's allergy board approved. If you have any member of your family who suffers from allergies, it makes sense to buy the duvet that the allergy board approves. Yeah. They don't approve any other duvet, only this one, to the best of my knowledge. And I'm sure I'm correct. And so it makes sense if you have people with allergies, buy a decent duvet that's allergy board approved, especially when it has a 10-year warranty and a bulletproof, unconditional money-back guarantee.
You know, Ray, I can't actually think of anything right now that you can buy with your hard-earned money that you get so much value out of, that's going to last.
How long?
In this day and age of disposable everything, something you're going to get, potentially this could outlive you. It could outlive you.
Oh, definitely outlive me.
Well,
that's for sure.
I don't know if anyone's going to keep going into their hundreds. I think you're the prime candidate. But I mean, really, it is extraordinarily good value for money. Whether it's the pillow, the duvet, half the stock of the duvet's gone. By the way, we had a number of pillow. I meant pillow. Half the stock of the pillows.
Well, you must have sold an awful lot of pillows.
I didn't. You did.
No, we both did. But I mean, I know how many you ordered. So if you've sold half of them, that's a lot of pillows. It's a decent amount.
Well, it's the best pillow money can buy, in my experience, and I will take that honestly to my grave.
Your head
if anyone can show me a better pillow,
your head won't get hot on it. That's our experience. It's packed with long-fibre silk wrapped around a core which gives you support for your neck and shoulders. Top cover Egyptian cotton, dust mite free, allergy board approved, washable, washes beautifully. This one I'm holding up is the one I sleep on at home. I bring it with me so I can hold it up to the camera and the customers or potential customers can make a judgment. It's been slept on for 6 years, roughly 17, possibly 18,000 hours by me. Washed 20, 30 times, say 25 times. Washes beautifully. Cannot and will not lose shape. I can tell you this. I go to every major trade fair in the world. I really do, And if I knew of a pillow that was better than this,
you'd be selling it.
I'd be selling it.
Yeah, I know.
Simple.
I know. And if I knew of a better pillow, I'd be buying it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what I guess a lot of people may not realise about us, Ray, being in this business, and we've known a lot of the same people in the States and all around the world.
And here's something else. You're very right to bring this up.
Yeah.
You know, Rob, I've been doing this on television. It must be 50 years.
Yeah.
And I know you've been doing it many, many
about
years.
30
odd.
32
Right.
maybe.
How many products do you know that were being sold in television 40 years ago are still being sold today?
I can't
You
think
could
well.
count them in the fingers
Yeah.
of two hands. We've been selling these
Blimey,
in
one or
television
two.
in
Yeah.
different countries throughout the world for 37 years.
Yeah.
And fortunately, our sales are going up every time, for which we thank the customers. We don't take it for granted.
No.
We thank the customers for their support. So you are buying a very special product at an affordable price. We're asking you to trust us, take it, try it, and if you don't like it, send it back. Instant refund, no arguing, no fighting on the telephone, story ended.
The other side of what you were just saying, Ray, is that what a lot of people may not realise is that because, you know, thousands of people buy from Shop on TV every single night. And certainly many, you know, multiple hundreds on a slow night. So, you know, companies are lining up to want to get their products on the telly.
Yeah.
Because that could be... They could
sell volume.
Yeah, they'll sell more
With a bit of luck,
in
they'll
3
sell
hours
volume.
than they
With a
might
bit of
in a
luck.
month in a shop or even a chain of shops.
Well, you know, the average, I would imagine, if you've got a shop in the high street selling bedding products, the average shop would sell in a day, if they're very lucky,
Yeah.
2, maybe 3 duvets,
Yeah.
20 a week.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we can sell that in 2 minutes.
Well, and if it's I don't know, 4,
Literally 2 minutes.
5, 10 pillows a week.
Yeah.
I mean, more people have bought tonight. But the point I'm making is that means we get offered all the time every single product you can imagine, and the presenters invariably get to try it. And especially if it's something that is selected to go on the air, then we obviously have to know about it and use it. So I've probably tried 100 pillows in my lifetime, or duvets, and I promise you, nothing has come close to that pillow, that duvet. It's the best. I don't spend my money on anything that isn't the best. My opinion, admittedly, my experience, you may have a different experience, I don't know, but I don't believe you will. I think you'll get every benefit from it that I do. Ray, thank you so much,
you,
my
Rob,
friend.
and thank you to all the viewers.
It's always just wonderful having you here, and I wish you a very safe trip and have an amazing... I'll be celebrating vicariously through you tomorrow on behalf of your wife's birthday.
It'll be a whiz-bang.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you so much to you for watching as well. That's it for me this week. I'll see you again Thursday night, but from everyone at Shop on TV, till then, ta-ra!
Ta-da.